this.
Right now.
I'm not. See, now you're still mad about people killing you.
I'm just saying whenever
don't let them get to you.
No. Whenever you speak facts, it's called riding.
No.
No, it is.
Is that I mean,
you can factually ride. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm not saying you're doing that. But you can. Do you guys just hit heads?
We just headbutted each other.
No, Rory and Mal.
Mall Street just saying that's you on that Snoop Dogg verse.
They're saying that's me?
Yes, that's what the streets are saying. Are you here to debunk that is not you?
Oh, you're talking about Taylor Made?
Yes.
Okay. No, that is not me.
Okay. I thought your silence might be an answer.
No. That's not me.
They were saying judging by the cadence that AI verse was you actually
like
rapping. Yes.
My flow?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's not my flow.
Well, especially when you said nephew. That's like your thing.
I mean, I got a lot of nephews, so yeah, that makes sense.
Things are starting to add up.
Yeah.
Do you have information for us today?
I never have information.
Okay. Well, we saw a little Easter egg on the last episode that came out in regards to this.
Mm-hmm.
You did drop the word Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And then on what? Friday? Saturday, we get a tailor-made freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be watching every last word you say today and overanalyzing it.
Okay.
I'm going to be a Redditor today.
Oh, no, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What's up? Okay. Right, yo.
Something in there.
Write that one down.
Yeah.
There's something in there.
There's something in there.
And how are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you feeling?
Welcome back. New episode. My daughter got me sick, so apologies. I'm a little under the weather.
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, they spit in your face and
kids are little germ.
It's
germ
over.
Rats, little rug rats.
Over after that. But still, the beef continues. I was happy this weekend that we did get another.
It's not beef.
It's rap beef.
No, it's not. This is.
Then what is it?
What are we? What, Maul?
It's not beef.
Rap feud?
This is I think this is a battle for positioning. Is what this is. It's not beef.
That's beef though.
That's beef.
Nah, I know beef. That ain't beef.
But rap beef. No, I know the Biggie song too.
Rap beef too.
I'm sure Drake is starting his Jeep with no worries in the world. I know this isn't real beef, but this is rap beef 100%.
I mean, well, according to you, it's not beef until somebody engages, right?
There's been shots. One person has.
Okay.
And we're still awaiting the other. So for those that don't know, over the weekend, Drake put out an AI. Would you call it an AI record? An AI diss?
He used technology to make a very clever move. Yeah.
Demaris, you look flustered.
Because it's AI. Why are you saying is it AI? It's
is
AI.
it an AI diss is what I'm saying. Like,
no, but
this is a new thing. We can't just coin it that. It's an AI diss. He was on it too. So I don't know. Is it an AI diss?
Drake wrote Snoop and Tupac's verse.
But used AI.
Audio filter. The audio filter is erroneous. It means nothing. He just did it to speak from the perspective of other two guys. But it's a Drake diss. It's 3 verses of him shooting at Kendrick. That's what it is. It's still a Drake diss.
Right now.
I'm not. See, now you're still mad about people killing you.
I'm just saying whenever
don't let them get to you.
No. Whenever you speak facts, it's called riding.
No.
What? No, it is.
Is that I mean,
you can factually ride. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm not saying you're doing that. But you can. Do you guys just hit heads?
We just headbutted each other.
You could factually ride, I think.
Sorry, Demaris.
I mean, well, if that's what you want to do. I mean, I just thought I was speaking.
No,
I agree. I don't think you're doing that.
It's a clever way to just take more shots. I think it's brilliant. Just considering using technology where everything seems speculative and no one knows what's real or what's not, just leaning into it. But at the end of the day, it's just another Drake song.
I don't think you could be considered riding if you've been correct through everything. Because at that point, you're just telling the truth.
That's when you really ride. That's when you throwing it back. Yeah. When you write, that's when you throwing it back.
When you're giving factual points.
Yeah. That's what I mean. This is just the new shit that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't know when this started, but when you're right, you're speaking facts, you're riding, and if you're speaking real
keep riding, Maul. You're doing great.
You're throwing it back at that point.
So
I'm here today to just listen to what everybody else feels about.
No, I have a question for you. Before we do get to this AI diss, I want to ask you, do you think that Drake is using media personalities to push a narrative to the world?
What's the narrative?
Control the narrative. We know what controlling a narrative is.
There's only
when you have platforms and you're speaking to them, we see it with fake news, we see it with real news. We know when someone is behind the scenes trying to control a narrative. I'm asking because Drake is being accused of that, not just with this podcast, but other platforms as well, for manipulating the narrative by speaking to media personalities. He's being accused of it.
What is the manipulation? There's only one person putting out music right now.
No worry and mouth.
NBA fans, you gotta try Pick Six, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings. I suggest picking Jalen Brunson.
For whatever, all across the
GOAT Nick of all time.
Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now using code RORYMALL and take on the competition with your best NBA player picks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick 6 is not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
No worry and mouth.
Mo, how was your 420?
It was great, man. Went to Washington Square Park with the rest of New York City, what it felt like out there.
Of course.
But you know, I went out there, I had to get my mood in order. So I had my Kush disposable vape with me.
Yeah, I like the Sleepy Time gummies. They definitely help me wind down at night and get some sleep. But bundled with the morning gummies is even better.
Yeah.
Because I can jumpstart my day. I had both of those on 420.
Enjoy THC exactly how you want to with Mood. Get 20% off your first order plus a free THCA pre-roll at HelloMood.com with promo code RoryMall. That's HelloMood.com, code RoryMall.
No, Mal. I think Drake, I think because of Kendrick's silence, people are just creating reasons why he might be quiet. You know what I mean? It's just like the speculative, Kendrick's afraid, Kendrick's this, Kendrick's fill in the blank.
What does that have to do with Drake manipulating?
It has no, well, like an election, you just spew the narratives about people that if there's an inkling of truth, you just run with it and like pull the thread and just make that like the storyline.
He's being accused more or less of speaking to multiple, I don't even want to say just podcasts or streamers, just people in the media. And because of that, the media is more or less taking his side. Because they can be a mouthpiece because they're only speaking to Drake and no one else.
There's only one side, though, to take.
Why do you say that? Because they'll clip that.
Kendrick has not put out any music.
Paul's right. To this specific beef, we can't even say anything about Kendrick.
There's nothing to say about Kendrick.
He hasn't done
anything.
anything.
He's not said anything. He's not putting out any music. So when they say Drake is trying to manipulate, what is he trying to manipulate? Kendrick has said nothing. He has put out no music.
I think with the speculation that there was some like big missile or nuke on the way, which we haven't seen, which Drake has said in the records, like it could go there. I'm trying to keep it PG now, but don't wake the demon up.
Drake has said that months ago in Red Button.
I agree. I'm telling you what people are accusing him of. And I'm asking you a question. I'm not them.
But this is what people will do when their other horse or whoever they thought would win the race is not racing. So now they got to find something to say and attach it to. Oh, you know, he's trying to control the narrative. You know, he's sending the songs to streamers, and it's like, no, he's actively in a battle now. What is he supposed to do?
All right, let's say, for example,
just drop music and not say nothing to nobody?
Let's just use this pod as a hypothetical. Let's say Kendrick reaches out to me and starts giving me information of what he's about to do, and then I come on here to start the narrative that Kendrick has some crazy shit about Drake. It's on the way, to build the hype up around that, to try to shift the conversation over to the favor of Kendrick.
Didn't Kendrick do that already?
I'm not saying I have the power to do that, but
didn't Kendrick
that's what manipulating the media is like.
Didn't Kendrick do that already?
What do you mean?
I've heard some other podcasters talking about Kendrick and him having a nuke and all this other shit.
And do you think that they're speaking to Kendrick directly?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out. Like I didn't hear what you heard about Drake trying to manipulate and control the narrative. I didn't hear that. So
I guess it's kind of similar to like, remember like what Angie used to be accused of, even though we know it's not true. But Angie Martinez used to get some flack for maybe having too close of a relationship with Hove. So she could be somewhat of a mouthpiece when Hove didn't want to speak about certain stuff. Now we know that was not completely true, even though she does have a good relationship with him. She was always objective from what I saw. I think it's very similar to that now. It's almost on some like payola shit where people, even though we know Flex didn't take payola, be like, yo, they're paying Flex. He's on the take just to push this shit.
That's what people say when their guy is losing. They want to point at other things and other reasons why this guy may be losing or why it may appear that he's losing.
Okay.
But I mean, there's not much to manipulate here if it's only one person that's actively in the ring waiting on his opponent. What is there to manipulate? I'm in the ring. I'm putting out music.
So
I thought this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
I thought you had, these 2 records waiting. I was on tour. I did 87 cities.
Now
came home and jumped right into this.
Now, right now, someone could accuse you of speaking for Drake in that exact sentence.
Speaking of what happened, we just saw his tour 2 weeks ago with Lil Wayne and J. Cole.
Okay.
Right or wrong? Did he not just do the Prudential Center?
I'm here to ask questions so you can get your shit off in regards of the accusations that have been put afoot on the entire streaming and podcast world, not just you.
Oh no, I mean,
Drake has us all on the take. He has us all in his back pocket. We're so happy that Drake is speaking to us, that we chose his side. Like, that's the accusations that are happening across.
Yeah, but it's just, it's common sense. And I know that's
mainly from DJ Head.
I know that's not common, but it's just common sense. I mean, if one person is rapping, he's putting out music, after you asked for this, after Kendrick asked for this, after y'all said that Drake was on the clock when that verse dropped, y'all said Drake had 4 days to respond.
Yeah.
It took him 2 weeks. Y'all was killing him for 2 weeks. Then he responds. People say, oh, that wasn't hard. That wasn't hard enough. I see people talking about that wasn't, enough. So then Drake drops another record, letting Kendrick know, like, yo, what's up? Like, what we do? Oh, I get it. I got it now. You can't put out music when Taylor puts out music. You're not even allowed to drop music.
Like the rest of us.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Himself included. He said at the end, like, yo, I push my shit too.
I'm just saying. Oh, I get it now. Now you're not putting out nothing this week, and so I got to wait a whole another week.
Yeah.
Before you might respond. So maybe this coming week you'll respond.
All right. I'm conflicted with this AI diss record.
Why are you conflicted?
I think it's a great strategy. I don't even consider it like a diss. If we put up all the songs at the end of this of like what's going against what, to me, this is more of a troll. This is similar to like when he put all the memes up at the OVO Fest with the Meek thing. Yeah. I don't consider it that. I think this was a hilarious troll and a good way to adapt to the times that you live in. With the AI shit, with his shit and Kendrick's, like, all right, let's lean into this and really make this hilarious.
Yeah.
And it puts more pressure on Kendrick. Thought it was a good move. Is he co-signing the AI shit? As someone that just went through that bullshit and has gone through that bullshit, is he now co-signing AI technology?
I wouldn't say...
With Pac, with someone that passed that got no permission from anyone in the family.
Yeah.
Snoop, I mean...
We don't know that.
I'm going to go ahead and assume with confidence.
I'm just saying
he did not speak to the
but to your bigger point.
But by the way, I not really my place to say. Snoop, we don't know if he was okay with this.
He replied.
What was Snoop's reply?
He didn't really say much. It was just a video of him. He posted something on his Instagram story. There was nothing much. Like it was this.
They did what? When? How?
So
Are you sure?
It seems like he wasn't aware.
So, with that being said, we already know, I forgot what podcast it was that Snoop was on and revealed how much money he made off 1 billion streams. It was like 40 grand or something. So we know that Snoop admittedly has been through some bad deals before. So he may not have even have permission to use his own voice, because I can't see Drake doing something illegal at all when it comes to this type of shit. So now Drake is co-signing legally being able to take somebody else's voice without their consent. Or artists that are in shitty deals where they can just go, ask Lucian if I can go use the voice you own.
But this is not on streaming platforms though, right?
Yeah, this is just a freestyle. He didn't have to abide by...
Yeah, this is not...
I know, but it's still Drake and it still says something and it still is another inch closer to it being more and more acceptable in DSPs.
See, that's to me, that's just people just losing focus on what's going on here. I think that, yes, people hear AI and then all of a sudden, oh, well, they're like, oh, no, we don't like that. I think in this way, that was actually Drake rapping.
Yeah.
He wrote that. He just did it from a perspective of, this is the guy that y'all crowned the West Coast savior at the House of Blues. Y'all crowned him the new king of the West. So he just used a unique way of kind of poking and antagonizing Kendrick. Like, yo, you can't let the OG kings of the West Coast down. You gotta, where you at? You gotta do something. You looking bad right now. I just thought it was a clever way of just having fun with the internet.
It was a good way to subtly show the goalposts being moved as well, because I could sound like a hypocrite. I love the Heart Part 5. Kendrick used AI throughout the entire thing. I mean, I know he spoke to Nipsey's family before posting it. But I mean, there were still a lot of other families of faces he used.
Mm-hmm.
That was AI.
Well,
I did see the timeline move the goalpost of AI is bad when Drake does it, but when Kendrick does it, it's fine.
Somebody had a great tweet. They said Kendrick using AI and Drake, the way he used AI on the record was appreciation versus appropriation.
Okay. So you're saying Drake was appropriating?
I didn't say anything. That's who that I guess that's what the gentleman that was tweeting. I just laughed at the reactions that I was getting. Drake is trying to destroy the music industry and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, how did y'all get all of that just from him having a moment of using AI to antagonize who they crowned as the new king of the West?
Did Drake, did Kendrick use their voices though? No, it was still Kendrick's voice.
No, it was still Kendrick's voice.
So this is just Kendrick's was a deep.
AI is not just audio.
No, I know. It's deep fake technology. Yeah. That's what he used. But I'm saying using deep fake is not. It's not in the like that's a visual aid. So it's still technically it's just Kendrick's voice. But
speaking, and I know he got permission, but speaking as Nipsey regarding his own murder with Nipsey's face on it with his mannerisms, like. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's not just using his face and rapping as Kendrick. He was rapping as Nipsey.
It's still using somebody's likeness.
It
no matter which way you
their perspective, which we don't know if that would be their actual perspective.
Right.
He's speaking as Nipsey about an incident that Nipsey cannot speak to us about as Nipsey. So it's moving of the goalpost. I mean, I know there's one got permission from a family and one didn't.
But that's what's supposed to happen. I'm not mad at
the goalposts being moved.
I'm not mad at that.
I moved them.
I laugh. I just laugh at when it's moved. I'm not mad at it. I just laugh because you're going to see it from J. Cole fans. You're going to see it from Kendrick fans. You're going to see it from Drake fans. So you just have to laugh at it. I'm never mad at people moving the goalposts. It's just laughable because it's like, oh, now that it's not who you had winning the race that's ahead now. Now it's your turn to move the goalposts. It's just this is all in fun. Like none of this is not beef. This is not, hopefully nobody's going to get hurt behind any of this. This is just, I think what Drake was doing was using the new technology, using trolling because he's been trolling since all of this happened, posting memes and all of that is part of trolling. So he's trolling. He's using technology because there were AI records that supposedly leaked or didn't leak. That was AI, that wasn't. So I think just the whole moment of everything that's going on, this was Drake's way of kind of addressing all of that in a very clever and unique way. We've never seen that angle done in a quote unquote hip hop rap beef.
And it's fine. If people don't like it, I do get it. I can see someone looking at this and be like, this is kind of goofy. But I find those fans moving the goalpost again for rap beef. Rap beef is goofy.
Do you think that was a goofy move?
No, I thought I like that Drake's adapting with the times. He's using something in rap beef. I'm not saying it's pushing the culture forward, but I like that he implemented something that is so controversial and part of the music industry now into traditional rap beef. I thought that was cool and a fun way to troll the same way with the memes. But I also thought it was goofy that Nas tried to hang Jay-Z at a Power 105 concert. Like this has been goofiness has been in the shit forever.
No, that was beyond goofiness, but
that was crazy.
I get what you're saying though. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't let him do that shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that BTS video of them like trying to put that together?
Insane.
It was also white people putting it together.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it's beyond goofy. But yeah.
So no, I'm not comparing fake hanging Jay-Z to using AI. But this shit has been a part of it forever. Rap beef leads to goofy shit.
I just think that it was a cool move. I don't think that it was obviously he has another record, but this was just something in the meantime to let Kendrick know like this is not going away. Like this is a battle. Like you wanted this. I'm entertaining it. I'm here now. I don't know what you're doing. I know you have records done, and we know how rap beef goes. When you hear, it's always kind of better to counter. Let me hear what you got. Then once I hear what you said, I can go back and tweak some of my verses and add some things that I can say. So I understand what Kendrick may be doing. I don't know if that's true, but I understand what he may be doing. But at the same time, I understand what Drake is doing. He's keeping his foot on the gas. Just because you're not responding doesn't mean I'm letting up.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
What do you guys think about the angle? He says this line on the Tupac verse where he says, tell him he likes young girls. That's a gift from me. Something like that. I get the play Drake's trying to do is like the Eminem 8 Mile approach and shit, but I mean, that's the angle. We've discussed this previously. If you're going to get Drake, that's the angle.
And I would say, yeah, of course he's trying to get ahead of it, but in that department, that doesn't work to get ahead of. If Kendrick does find an angle and that ends up being true, which I don't think that's really like what Drake's past is, but no, you can't get ahead of that. Like there's no getting ahead. Like, no, he already said that, so Kendrick can't say it.
Doesn't count. That's
if he
lame.
did that shit, Kendrick can say it. Like, nah, don't use that line because Drake did it as Tupac. There goes that point. Nah, that's still a point.
But even that, I mean, listen, I don't know. I can't vouch for what people do behind their closed doors at night, but I highly doubt that that's true. So even if that is an angle, that's not going to stick unless you have real evidence and proof of that being true.
Yeah, like granted, that, because that was real, that leaked text message between him and the Stranger Things girl or whatever. I thought that was weird. I would like an explanation at some point. Not that I'm old, but
that was kind of wild.
But I think, I don't know, maybe there would be a way for that to easily be cleaned up and we don't know. And this is not me on the take. Because if there really is something, that's fucking nasty.
Well, what they were saying was that she was a girl who was a child star, and he, coming from the place of a child star, was trying to like mentor her.
And that's cool. And if that's really what it is, then this is an angle we're just reaching.
Listen, again,
for shit at that point.
I don't vouch for what any adults do behind their closed doors and in their bedrooms because I'm not there. But I highly doubt that Drake has done anything with an underage girl. Highly doubt it. That would be that, and a lot of shit doesn't surprise me. That would be a total surprise. So I mean, I get it, pictures and text messages, and if that's what Kendrick's angle is here, he better have some hardcore evidence that is true. Because if not, you just swinging at flies, man. Like it's like, all right, man.
Yeah, he has to take it to a different level outside of us seeing a leaked text message between him and a child actor.
Exactly.
Which I'm not mad at people questioning, yo, what the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fine question to ask, and there should be an answer, but that can't be a whole diss reply. Like, I'm sure Kendrick could come up with a million Stranger Things flips and entendres.
Right.
But
so this weekend is officially the amount of time that it took for Drake to respond to like that, right? Correct? Is it this coming weekend?
Mm-hmm.
So if this weekend comes and goes and we don't get a response from Kendrick, what does the Kendrick, was it Skinfolk? Is that the name of his?
Skinfolk, that's crazy. Kinfolk.
So what does the Kinfolk start to say at that point?
They're going to say it's coming on. Well, they've been saying it's coming on the album.
Bro, they've been saying that.
Kendrick is
They didn't even know an album was coming.
I was going to say, when did they say that?
They said, that was all up and down my timeline this weekend. Is that
no, this weekend.
He's going to address it on the album.
So this weekend it turned into, he's going to respond on the album.
Following Maul kind of alluding to Kendrick, not even kind of, saying Kendrick's having an album, which through extensive research was not a rumor until Maul said it. And now it's all over the place.
And you wonder why I asked him to clear up some things to make sure he wasn't on the take.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. Listen, man, I'm just a guy that's just, listening and observing. And
if he's doing this not doing this for an album, but if he's using this to promote his album, I'm with it. You'll never have more eyes on you than beefing with Drake.
Do we think?
No. It's taking too long. If you shoot the first shot, the amount of time that people gave Drake makes sense. Drake didn't know a shot was coming. You shot the first shot. You can't shoot the first shot and then be like, I got to go buy more bullets.
Yeah, we're not on your time anymore.
I agree with you guys. I think if the plan was for the album to come, what Maul said in May, and I'm hearing sometime in June, maybe, that's way too late. I don't care what the timeline is. You have to move it up. Agreed. Considering this this current situation, you have to push everything. I'm all
for, because this is the music business. So it's the business of music. So I'm all for having an album and using things as a rollout. And that's great. But when you've been asking for something and you've been kind of alluding that you wanted a little situation with somebody for years.
For 11 years.
And now that person has responded and has given you this time and has stepped into the ring and said, okay, let's do this. I don't think you get to any longer play no, I'm just going to wait till my album drops and I'll have something on the album.
I don't care who you are. You don't get that.
You don't, you got to give us, you can do that, but you got to give us an appetizer.
Reply again on the album.
Yeah, reply again, but you got to give us an appetizer and some hors d'oeuvres now. Like that tailor-made shit, that was just a little hors d'oeuvre. Like the fans were getting kind of, you know, like
it was a troll. It was an audio meme.
It was a troll. That's all it was. It was a troll having fun. I'm still here. This is not going away. I'm not gonna just, you know, let this disappear and just like be over with. No, you're gonna respond. We're gonna have this moment because, again, like I said a couple weeks ago, Drake remembers what everybody said about the Pusha beef.
Of course.
And how they was like, oh yeah, you lost because you didn't put the record out and you backed out and this, that. You went on the shop and all of these things. So now this battle, he's approaching totally different. He's not letting his foot up. He's not going to sit on the shop. He has records done. Because it was like, oh, y'all didn't really understand when I said, or when people said, yo, that record can't come out because the things that are being said is going to cause real problems for people. So when he said that, everybody was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. It's a beef. It's a battle. Put the fucking record out. Okay, the nice guy wanted to still be a nice guy. He didn't want to do that. This time around, though, there appears to be no nice guy. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants to do this. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Everybody leave me the fuck alone because when it's time for me to go there, I can go there. I don't like to go there. I'm the biracial, cool, corny kid from Canada that really doesn't want to get in a beef with nobody. I just make hit records. But don't think that I can't still step into this battle arena and handle myself appropriately. And I think that's what this is. This is him saying, this is not over with. This is not going to be over with. I'm not backing out. I am ready to put out another record as soon as you enter the ring with your record.
To sum this up, do you think that Kendrick is hiding, or do you think that Kendrick is being strategic? Do you think that Drake has something on Kendrick that Kendrick is afraid of and that he's backing out? Or do you think that Kendrick is just trying to be strategic? Because that's a argument I've been seeing.
I think it's a culmination of all of that.
I'd say.
I think he heard something on that record that he's like, oh shit, he knows. What else does he know? How much of that does he know? I think that he does have an album coming. So I think that this is all rollout shit. But I think it's a mixture of both. Scared of, not physically scared, but scared of the way people will look at him coming out of that. And Drake said on Taylor Made, on his verse, the next one is going to have people like he's letting him know, like,
yeah, which he did on the first one. And that's why, like, I don't even think it's having information or even speculating. I think Kendrick did have a whole strategic plan coming out of like that. And then I think he got privy to some information that people may know and had to re-strategize. I don't think Kendrick's hiding. I don't think Kendrick is scared per se. I don't think he's scared of Drake to rap at Drake at all.
Me either.
I think he just had to pivot, and that's where this time difference is happening. I think what Kendrick's strategy initially was is probably what Drake's strategy is now. I have records. Let me know when you're ready, because I got some. Mm-hmm. And I think Kendrick is now changing his strategy because things have changed a bit and it may get messier. And this is just putting piece together of stuff that we know that's out there from the verses or people that are around those camps publicly saying on timelines. Mm-hmm. I apologize to J. Cole over the weekend because once I'm seeing all this shit, I think Drake told Cole something that he knew and said, I'm going to take it there if it needs to go there. And Cole said, oh, y'all doing that? Bet, I'm out. I thought we were just going to rap back and forth to each other. I'm not taking it there.
We've discussed it on the last episode, I believe. And we said when you enter a beef, you're inviting all the shit that comes with that. The next one is Drake's going to ruin his marriage. He's destroying their marriage.
I've seen that rumor on the timeline, right?
I've seen it too, yeah.
So he just did a whole album, Mr. Morale, about ruining his marriage.
No, different. He did it through the perspective of like...
He did it with therapy?
Art over some fucking saxophone and jazz, and he fucking is Grammy nominated. Like him and his wife, him and his wife are together. The point is, he did the album and they're still together.
She's at the end of the album saying you broke a generational curse.
Still married. Drake
and his auntie is still a man. Like, so
Drake's gonna have his man aunt do a verse on the fucking next rec. I don't know.
I'm saying because I've seen that rumor, Julian, and I don't think it's a rumor. I was like, how much
the only place left to go.
Unless it's like a fucking side baby and like Drake's like finally someone else can get their child revealed. I don't think he could be like, yo, you was cheating on your wife, because Kendrick has a whole album saying, yo, I was cheating on my wife non-fucking stop. I fucked every white bitch in Copenhagen. Every last one of them.
I think that this is, I think in a weird way, I'm baking on Kendrick didn't expect this to turn into what it's turned into.
It's a lot going on. I think that Kendrick thought like Drake has always done when he's, Kendrick has said, things alluding that he wanted an issue or a battle. I think that he expected Drake to just let that one fly over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when Drake responded the way he did, that made Kendrick. Now, do I believe Kendrick has records and bars aimed at Drake? Of course. I think every rapper has bars aimed at other rappers.
Especially Drake.
Now, especially Drake. But now that it's on and Drake is, he wants this moment, I think Kendrick is, again, re-strategizing, writing, maybe recording some different bars and things like that. But I think that somewhere in this, we find out that Kendrick didn't think that it was going to turn into this.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of people accused of being on the take, 3 friends of the show, DJ Head, Daylight, Ab-Soul, all friends of the show. Them tweeting or alluding to something throughout these last few weeks, do you think that's been hurting Kendrick or helping him?
Hurting.
I completely agree.
Because I don't think Kendrick speaks to any of those gentlemen.
You don't think him and Soul are still cool?
What's cool? We could be cool and
speak on a everyday basis, but then again, in these type of times, Kendrick's probably not talking to anyone.
Cool. Like it's not beef, but I don't think that Kendrick is in communication with these gentlemen like that. I think that obviously they speak, but I don't think it's a day to day in the studio with him right now. What is he on? How's he feeling? I don't think it's any of that.
I've liked Punch's approach of just like, I don't know anything. I just know Kendrick's a great fucking rapper. So like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean that's typically where you should stand behind it.
And I'm not saying DJ Head, Daylight, or Ab-Soul are saying that they're talking to Kendrick. I'm just letting them know how it's coming across. Outside looking in, when I read something like, is he talking to Die about this shit? Like, so I think it's looking worse because when Daylight puts a tweet out and then there's no record for 3 days, and then Ab-Soul puts one out on like a Sunday night, I'm like, oh, it's coming tonight, and then nothing happens. To me, that was like when Flex was on the radio like, yo, I got the Meek Mill disc, but didn't have it yet. So we all sat on the radio for 3 hours while Flex kept lying about having the record. And guess what? The record never came out. Mm-hmm. And Meek and Flex looked insane.
Mm-hmm.
Flex did not do Meek any favors by doing that shit. I think that's how this looks with a lot of people on Twitter.
Why is Head tweeting that? Why is he tweeting that Drake has been scared to come outside over a decade?
You'd have to ask DJ Head.
Yeah,
I think he's referring to Kendrick.
No, he said the Canadian responded after over a decade of being dared to come outside.
Yeah, by Kendrick.
Drake has been outside for 15 years.
I think he's talking about to come outside and rap against Kendrick. That's what I think he's talking about. I think he's been saying Kendrick has been shooting, and then you finally shot back. I don't think that that's true at all.
A biased ass opinion.
They've been going back and forth with.
If you say that, then Drake's been daring them too. Like they both, what we could all agree on is they both just been throwing subs, and somebody needed to finally take it there. 13 years. Which is why I was happy Kendrick did the like that shit.
I agree with what Rory said about the whole like Meek Flex analogy, because there was a moment on Twitter where DJ Head was talking about like it doesn't count, it's not on DSPs. It was bad. It was a bad look because like it was like an hour, 2 hours later it was on DSPs, and he goes, "Oh, we can officially start the clock." I guess it's like, just if you never said that, people wouldn't look at it a certain way. Yeah. But you jumped out, and now it looks worse.
I'm saying about the goalpost. That's why you got to just laugh when it happens. You can't get mad. You got to just laugh. Like, I understand why Head posted that. I get it. That's your guy. It's the West Coast. You're gonna ride with him. He's supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But once you do that, it's like, okay, we can talk about what you're saying and prove that what you're saying is wrong.
I agree.
Drake has been throwing shots, the same shots Kendrick throw.
Mm-hmm.
Drake has thrown some back. Like, so what are we talking about? Like, it's just this whole thing is just interesting to watch and just see people that have their, favorites and their alliances and the stances they take and the things that they say, because again, this is all entertainment. This is all entertainment. We're supposed to, have fun with this, laugh at this, and then ultimately enjoy whatever these artists put forward. And I think that, when Kendrick, when and if he decides to respond to this, I'm sure he'll be rapping his ass off. I'm sure the flows will be great, and he'll be, showing us why he is who he is. I just don't know if because he runs the danger of running into, if he waits too long and then he drops it, then his fan base saying, yo, you made us wait for that.
Yeah, that's gonna happen regardless.
That becomes a thing. Yo, you made us wait that long for that?
That's where it gets scared. Like,
so
you get a little bit of grace if you come really the next day. You get a little bit more grace of like, all right, cool. Let's see where this goes. That's why the Ross shit, I was like, that was cool. It was funny. If Ross replied today with that same thing, I'd be like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
For what?
I just only didn't, selfishly, I didn't like the Ross response because I do want music from them two together again.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's going with them as far as the memes. And, sometimes even through jokes, people say things and you'll never forget what they said. Like, nah, you've been waiting to get that off though. You've been waiting to say my house was small. You know what I'm saying? You've been waiting for that. So hopefully through that, because I still would love that YOLO album. I would love it. I just don't know where, now things stand.
Just quickly before we get off the tailor-made freestyle, to get back to our conspiracy, remember when Drake was being accused of having actual shares with UMG and kind of, dictating artist publishing?
Yeah.
Is he deflecting and now accusing Taylor Swift of that? In this tailor-made freestyle, he is pretty much snitching and saying that Taylor Swift is who we all accused him of being at the label. Like, she owns a percentage of that shit, bro.
Well, I don't know what the PG Lang deal is.
I believe they have, don't quote me, believe they're doing licensing through UMG.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about what their deal and how it's structured.
Because they haven't put, obviously the last Kendrick album was his last on TDE. So we don't really fully know. Yeah. But there had been rumors that they were going to do their licensing through UMG rather than just straight independent. But I don't know that to be true. So don't quote me. But judging by this verse, I'm sure Drake knows what's going on with UMG.
Well,
it sounds like he's saying Taylor Swift is the person we all keep putting this conspiracy on about him.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Taylor, guys.
Well,
and you guys are all right about your accusations, but wrong artist.
Wrong artist.
It's Taylor Swift that's doing everything you're accusing me of.
Yeah, I can't.
She owns Gamma.
Yeah, I can't speak to that because I don't know how that deal is structured. But
I'm speculating.
Either way, it's a safe assumption. She's easily top. She's talking about big three. She's one of the big three for sure. So I don't know how they deal is structured, but it wouldn't surprise me if she was, getting a percentage of some of those artists.
She said she's your new top. Like, he didn't say much with his own voice on the AI. A bulk of that was really about how Taylor Swift is dictating what Kendrick Lamar can do with his future.
Yeah. And
that she has actual stake in where he goes.
I think the AI thing is interesting though, because I did hear that, if you're old enough to remember Beanie Siegel, his voice, he had some health issues over the years.
Of course, yeah.
His voice changed a lot. And I am hearing that Beans is going to use his own AI voice to sound like he used to sound before his health issues, before it affected his voice. So
that's a positive of AI, in my opinion.
So that's what I'm saying. So I get it. I understand when people are kind of, standoffish with the AI thing. I think in a way like that for an artist, it's
his own voice.
That is a dope way to incorporate that technology. So
but what's going to get fucked up is he going to have to go get approval from someone else to use his own voice?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know how those AI deals are working. Like,
you own your own voice, Rory. No one, because AI hasn't existed for all these years, the executives didn't sign that into the contract that, we also own your voice. They wouldn't even thought to put those into contracts because AI didn't exist.
Speculating here. If there's like an official verified check AI, like the real AI, not some shit some hackers put together, and they are getting your pronunciations, all those words from your catalog, and someone owns that catalog, wouldn't they own the AI rights to that voice? I don't know how the AI shit works. I know they configure a lot of people's dialect through music or interviews or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. That's how they put it together.
Mm-hmm.
If they're officially only taking that from Bean's catalog that UMG bought from Rockefeller outright, do you have to go to UMG to use my own voice?
No.
Because if I want to go license one of my songs on a commercial, that's got to go through the person that owns my shit.
Well, he's creating new music.
I know, but he would have to go use the AI voice that's derived, and this is all speculation, guys. I want to make that clear.
No, that's his voice.
AI derived from maybe his old catalog.
No.
Okay.
When you talk about the music, you can't use that music. Maybe he would have to go through things because
No, not those words. I'm saying
But
whatever
anything new
whatever
that he
AI
creates.
inflection they put over his voice, if it's from his first album, how they got it.
No.
I get
That's not how
what
they
you-
use it though. They use it. It's a filter, but it's not like they're taking it from how he said this on this album and incorporating it here. That's not how that
No, I know. This is more of a prediction of how we talk about how UMG, Warner, Sony starts to lose their leverage with all these tech companies. The only way they have leverage is based off their back catalog.
Mm-hmm.
I could see an official partnership of some type of AI that can be verified and used because it can be licensed off the music that they own. I see that being a future thing.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Rory. I get where you're going with that hypothetically. So a hypothetical way to get over that, I would assume, is to use a song that was not owned by anyone. So some shit that was on a mixtape.
Yeah, but what if I need like a different vowel?
I think you're making it a little bit more
Listen,
difficult than it needs to be.
I'm always scared of the robots and the computers. I think anything is possible, and I'm terrified of labels and how they've always adapted every time to continue to be on top. Every time Napster comes out, yo, it's over for the labels. Nope. Streaming comes, yo, it's over for the labels. Nope. They always find a fucking way to stay relevant and stay in business because they own all the back catalog shit. I think they're looking at AI the same fucking way. You're going to have to go license this voice that I own to use your AI program.
I don't know if they'll do that, but
I wish that Kanye verse was AI. That might be the worst Kanye verse I've ever heard in my
it was
entire
only.
life.
That's
But
your favorite
let's just be realistic. It was only a matter of time before Kanye jumped into this.
I'm never mad at Kanye jumping into anything.
Kanye cannot stand to see anybody else get the attention of the world and attention of the entire industry.
He's Regina George.
Without his name being associated to it somehow. So lo and behold, before we got a Kendrick response, we got a Ye response.
Oh, y'all dissing Drake over there? Nobody called me?
Yeah. Like he didn't know it was a Drake hate party.
Who all over there?
Who all over there?
Oh, Metro too? Bet.
Yeah. A Drake hate party and Kanye wasn't invited. You had to know he was showing up sooner or later.
You guys want to give it a little listen?
This is the Royal Rumble. This is when you're watching people in the ring fight and all of a sudden you hear the theme song drop and you're like, oh shit, it's Hulk Hogan. Like, this is what this is. This is turned into that now. This is a Royal Rumble. This is 20 versus 1.
I believe we're officially at 7 artists against Drake.
7.
Yeah. Future, well, if you want to count Metro. Future, Metro, Rick Ross, Kanye,
Kendrick,
and...
Nav.
Well, Nav just unfollowed.
Yeah. There was one
Maybe he just didn't like
The
his content.
Weeknd. That's the 7th.
That was 6, right?
7.
The Weeknd. Okay.
Push is always going to be there, even if he stays quiet.
Yeah, Push. Yeah. Do you guys want to give this Kanye a little listen?
Do we have to?
I don't really want to, but if you want.
Nah,
You got nervous,
not what
huh?
I'm getting into. He's just trash. Just his ass.
I can always
That
tell.
shit is terrible, man.
It's garbage.
I do think Kanye West is a great writer and rapper. I can always tell when he writes everything by himself, though. I can always tell when I'm like, Ye wrote that all by himself. That was just Ye.
So is he really a great rapper then?
He's a great producer.
Kanye is out of that conversation. Is different than Drake because Kanye came out the gate telling the world that he collaborated. Like, we knew Rhymefest was on MTV News saying he wrote the Jesus Walk record. Like, that was never a thing that he hid. So that's why he doesn't get the flack for it. Like, he's a producer. He's a Quincy Jones in that regard.
Fuck this
He goes
verse.
for the better version of the record. And we give him that grace because out the gate, he was always honest about that shit and never really got on his talk that I'm a better rapper than all of you outside of a few times. He's the most arrogant rapper we've ever met and still is humble when it comes to shooting at other rappers that he knows writes everything.
Yeah, but
Only time we see Kanye West humble.
he admits to that. I'm asking you guys because we had this conversation 6 months ago and I told y'all that Kanye was an overrated rapper and y'all damn near slapped me out the room. So now I see that that's changing. Now it's, oh, well, he always had help. Okay, so is he a good rapper then?
He's a good rapper, but he's not. When you talk about stepping in the ring with a Drake and a Kendrick.
Well, no, that's
Yeah,
not
the mix
even.
of that.
Way
Like,
different.
and for this moment, we're talking about, like, for him to throw his hat in the ring during this moment. Cole took his hat out the ring, we know. But now it's just Kendrick and Drake. It's like, yay, love you, one of the greatest producers we've ever seen. Not just musically, just a great producer, fashion, everything. This is not, sit this one out.
Yeah. Because
you're on record saying Drake is the greatest rapper ever, and he wrote records for you and all of these things, and now it's the, I got this pussy, or whatever he said, and I smoked him at the concert and all of this. It's like, we know Kanye has an album coming. You know when Kanye has an album coming. You know when Kanye has something to sell.
Yeah.
When he has something dropping, he's going to find wherever the spotlight is at, and he's going to jump right in the middle of that shit and let you know that he's the greatest ever and that his album is now available for download.
But I'm not mad at him jumping in at all. I just wish it was better. It's just not a good. We didn't need it.
I'm mad at it.
Why is he jumping in it?
Because
so what you just said, because he's about to sell some shit.
So that's why I'm mad that he's jumping in.
If you jump in to sell some shit, but it's good, cool.
I'm mad at it because the more people that keep jumping in, like the Ross and now this, it's just you're interfering with the actual
Ross
battle.
Was different. Ross was different because
I know. He was named.
He was mentioned.
Yeah. But I just think
different.
All that's just interfering with the actual battle.
Is it though? Like,
let Kendrick.
That's just giving Kendrick an excuse.
Let's say Kanye's
looks whack.
verse was
just
crazy.
Looks whack.
Are any of us really taking our attention off what's happening with Kendrick and Drake?
No,
like that. But
it looks whack. It like feeds that narrative that it's like Drake is Thanos and it takes everybody to take their crack at him. Like I don't like that.
That's where I think Future and Metro made a huge strategic mistake with putting Kanye West, or attempting to, because I think they said no to that verse, and that's why Kanye went and leaked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was never official, because I think Metro and Future had Cole on the deluxe of the second part, and was like, bro, we're already in a whole mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're dissing J. Cole, we just had him on this one, we're not gonna put this on. We know Kanye, as erratic as he is, you brought him into this mix, he now has the bounce to this, he now has the story to tell that you guys personally invited him for the Drake elimination party. Now he's about to tell all your secrets in that studio.
Right.
Because you can't control Kanye West. You're not part of the Drake 7. They're all on the same page. Kanye West will never be on the same page. Why invite him to make it 8?
Yeah.
Like he's going to tell everything. He's making y'all look crazy. He said we got there, the energy was crazy. We were so excited to eliminate Drake. You know how crazy they all look now because they didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Eliminate Drake? That sucks,
But
man.
you know,
because it didn't work, and now you're bragging like we all were so excited to eliminate him. So, all right, you've confirmed that was the whole thing.
Shit is so whack.
It didn't work.
Lame as fuck.
He's not going anywhere. So what the fuck was the point of adding Kanye into this? I think Future and Metro are huge Kanye fans like the rest of us. And if I had Kanye's number and had a studio, of course I could see the world where I'm like, yo, we got to get Kanye on the shit. But if you're at war right now, you're going to bring somebody with their own agenda, the most erratic human being we've ever seen in our time, to be part of y'all clique? Fuck no. We don't know what he's about to do. He has them looking nuts right now.
Do you believe that they really were like trying to link up to really eliminate?
Yes.
I can see put a dent in his armor, but to really eliminate him, I
think that's a Kanye
like
word.
All those people with all that music knowledge would have to be fucking idiots to think that they were going to be able to get rid of Drake. Like it just doesn't.
Not that they thought that they would be able to. I think that they've all just felt like, yo, we have to get rid of him for a while. Like we need to, like he's dominated the charts for 15 years. Like, but it's a very unique situation only because of the history that's there with him and these artists. His fingerprint is on each one of these artists' career. Every last one of them. So that's why this situation is like, oh shit. Y'all are basically turning on the guy that gave you your biggest moment, gave you your biggest record. Now, The Weeknd is a bona fide superstar. We know that. Future's a superstar. We know that. But I'm talking about from the beginning. There's plenty of shit out there where Drake's fingerprint is on the beginning of these artists' career.
Mm-hmm.
And gave them that catapult into like, yo, this is the next guy. This is the dopest artist right now. So for now, years later to go by, do I think Drake knew this was coming? Absolutely. I think Drake knew what all of these guys, how they felt about him behind closed doors. I think that he knew that these guys were just using him whenever they could. Whenever they need a favor, he was there. And like I said, I just think Drake is at the point where he doesn't want to be the nice guy anymore. And I think that's why a lot of this is happening, because He's not saying yes to features as much as he used to. He's not saying yes to, whatever as much as he used to. I think he turned that faucet off a little bit. And people kind of felt that. So now they're like, oh, if I'm not getting none from him, fuck you. But just go back and listen to Red Button, and he pretty much addresses all of this like, I know what I have to do. I know what's going to happen. Like, I know where this goes. Like, I know y'all don't fuck with me. But if I really start entertaining this shit and get on my hit the kill switch shit, it's over for all of y'all. So, take from that what you will. I just wish that Kanye didn't do what he did because, like you said, we don't really care. It didn't do nothing for this moment for me. Let me speak for myself. Didn't do anything for me. It's only one person that I want to hear from in this whole situation. And I'm going to continue to sit back and wait for that artist to respond.
Yeah, Kendrick, stand the fuck up. You look crazy out here, bro.
What before we
stand up
close the Kanye part, what did you think about his quote to Justin LeBoy of Drake has a rich baby daddy? His name is Lucian Grange.
I mean,
he said he's like my daddy. He controls the spins. My daddy got the DSPs. Also accused Lucian of working for people that control the banks in Africa. Listen, I do like tinfoil hat, yay, admittedly. But I was conflicted in that whole thing. Only Kanye can talk this way, and I respect that. I respect his independence. I respect everything he's been through. But let's not act like you weren't yelling out execs' names at every concert or interview for 20 fucking years as if they were your daddy.
Right.
And he's addressed it and moved on in a good way and has admitted he didn't want to be under their control. They were his daddy.
Mm-hmm.
But you just got independent. Like, you're just going to go back and you're like that girl that is a hoe but finally gets a boyfriend and starts judging the other hoes like week one.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little bit different in that regard. You've been through this. You know what it's like to be under ruling like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just get at Drake like that. You're the only one that could talk this way, so I respect it. But I don't know. I thought it was a little corny. I know you don't like the dude, but if you have been fighting against this for so long, why are you happy to see someone else going through it?
I just think that because Drake has way too much ammo on Kanye. So I think that battle would be something totally different. Like, that's just like, I don't even want that. I don't want to hear
To me, that one would be nasty, just like I thought the Like That verse was nasty, because I don't want to hear 50-year-old Ye talking about fucking someone else's bitch in a tank top.
Yeah.
I think the Drake and Kanye battle would just be exposing who fucked what girl, and that's not... I like small parts of that in rap beef, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they would fully make it about what girl they smashed that probably smashed a lot of other rappers too. Ooh,
yeah, but
you fucked a girl that fucks mad rappers.
Yeah, but that don't do nothing.
And I fucked her first.
That don't do nothing about it. It has to be...
I know. I just think that's where those two would take it.
Yeah, but it has to be
because they're both like that emotionally.
No,
and I think they'd fully dive in.
It has to be like wife, though. It can't just be random Instagram girl. No. We don't give a fuck about those. Are the Expendables. We don't care about that. I'm talking about if he gets on there and starts saying shit that, or either one of them that they did with a wife or something like that, or a baby mom. See, that's where I'm just like, all right, I'm cool.
No, but then again, Rocky said he fucked Drake's baby mom, and all of us went, cool.
Sick.
Whoa. Crazy. And then if it went, and no disrespect to Kim, because I know that was his wife, finding out a superstar fuck Kim Kardashian is not crazy to me. Damn. Yo, what if Drake fucked Kim? Okay.
I thought that was like a thing.
That was the theory for a really long time.
Yeah, and again,
and then the rumor turned in that he was talking about Kim's mom. That was the big explode on Twitter.
That's cooler, but also like...
to me, that would be funnier.
Yeah,
like,
it's funnier.
Right. Then I'd be like, Drake, you are one of the sickest human beings I've ever seen in my entire life. But, at least that's a bigger bombshell than someone fucked Kim Kardashian.
Chris fine, though.
She is.
Who's fine?
Chris.
Drake's got to go out and fuck Caitlyn next.
Oh, Kris Jenner.
See, if he
step your shit up.
Yo, that's taking it.
I fuck both your
to
parents.
The next level. That's dedicated to war. Go and fuck Bruce.
No, Caitlyn.
Let's talk about a different Bruce.
Y'all want Drake to engage in homosexual activities?
It's not gay.
Who's not gay?
Anyway,
not.
We did actually get, for all the Kanye West stans, because I know you guys do listen, because anytime I say something bad about Kanye, you flood my mentions. We did get a snippet of an amazing Kanye West verse the same day.
Mm-hmm.
This shit that Childish Gambino previewed for his new album is fire. Kanye sounds amazing on this.
Yeah, this sounds very good.
but y'all will never have your mama sitting courtside. Now rule number 1, thou shalt not steal. The flow, the clothes, the sex appeal. Yeah, now this is my commandment, died and rebranded. 3 days later, walking in Louis sandals, ducking paparazzi. They were calling it scandal, but niggas love to watch me. Really, I'm like Brando. I'd rather have no regrets, but yo, my agent just called and said, yo, say less. Niggas waiting on the throne like, ho, say yes. I took my shoes out the store, they the new pay less. That's the new God flow, but I don't pray less.
He going off on
She
this.
got a black king, but she don't play chess. Got this rope around my neck like I'm Jay Smollett. In the Maldives, thinking about my last resort. She got an ass like
This record is crazy.
Man, I still got the A like I passed the test.
And they go back and forth. That sounds so good.
Not like I'm not the around his neck like he's Jay Smollett. Why?
And to me, of course, I do not know and was not in the studio. This is what Kanye sounds like when he has help from other great writers. I think Childish had a lot to do with that verse. And Kanye delivered it. I'm sure gave him the topics he wanted to talk about. I like Kanye when Kanye has help. That's all.
Okay.
You can see the difference.
Clear difference.
You know who doesn't need help? C Breezy.
Briss Brown doesn't need a single bit.
Briss Brown. Mom, I'm starting to feel your side of the take here. I'm almost coming around.
No, fuck that.
I'm almost coming around.
Stay the fuck over there. Stay the fuck over there. All you niggas that said Quavo's hotter and the Migos
No
was
one
a
ever
bigger
said
name.
that.
What the I still can't believe y'all said that. I cannot believe
No one said that.
What?
You know what?
You didn't say what? You didn't say Quavo was hotter than Chris Brown?
Why did you even bring this back
We did
up?
it.
Nobody ever said that.
Nobody said that.
No one said that.
But attach that topic.
Wait, hold on. Because I know I'm not
Niggas
crazy.
said more relevant. Niggas never said hotter. Niggas never said more talented. Niggas said more relevant at the time.
You said the
At a
Migos
rude
are a
show
bigger
for
name than
kids.
Chris Brown. You said that verbatim.
At the time.
So 3 months later, Chris Brown is a big. What are you talking about?
They're beefing, so obviously.
Oh my God! Cut. You're wrong. It's okay to be wrong.
It's okay.
Where
Migos
where
have
we'll
never
say
been back to what we were saying.
where we'll
Never.
say we're wrong is Chris is up in the beef right now. I'll give you that.
So you still don't think Chris Brown is a bigger name than me?
Well, that also wasn't. We were talking about fashion. It had nothing to do with music.
Relevant to the kids on social media, what would look better of who's sitting at a rude show? That's all we said.
That's what
But
we were talking about.
This is why Maul needs therapy, because over the weekend, I gave a full apology in a group chat
but
about
now
my
we're talking
mistake.
about it.
And instead, the definition of an apology is to hope that people accept it and not just
That's not
continue
the
to
definition
shit
of
on you for the
apology.
rest of the weekend.
No, well, you apologize.
I did, and
So
you were
one-
not nice to me
No,
after.
no,
You didn't be
so-
like, yo, bro, we're all wrong sometimes. You just kept going.
No. So one part.
I was like, Maul, I said I'm sorry.
No. I was just laughing.
I know, I was
That
joking
just
too.
funny. But they still don't think that they were wrong in that.
Nah, I liked Maul's apology. Rory's apology.
Oh, you
That
like
counts.
the apology?
That counts. Like that's.
Okay. So do you retweet that?
Oh, I didn't put it on
It
Twitter.
wasn't a tweet.
I mean, he texted it, so retext it. It's okay. It's all right. Y'all were wrong. It's okay.
Yo, someone constantly telling you you're wrong after you told them, hey, I was wrong, I'm sorry. And then for the next hour and a half that night, 6 people jump you in a group chat to tell you you're wrong.
Like
you all need therapy.
Yeah.
Like what?
I said,
That's
no,
what
I
women
know.
do to you.
I said I was wrong.
Mhm.
No, but you was crazy. You was wrong. I know. It's in the apology.
I mean, this is just my time to just laugh
Oh,
at
of
you. So I
course.
want to get my shit off.
No, that's the time to
Yeah.
relish in.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
You know it. Gotta
Bitch
get
ass.
my
No.
shit-
Get on your knees and apologize.
Yeah. Send me a gift, actually. Like, send me something. Yeah, next day something to me.
So of all the diss tracks that came out within the past 3 months, where does this sit? Top
this
5?
is this is
Number 2.
fuck the music. Chris wants to fight.
Oh, I
Chris wants.
thought he wanted to fight at the Rude Show. I think he
wants-
made that clear in the
Yeah, no,
verse.
Chris doesn't, he's making music because that's what he does. And, he just wants to put that out there to everybody that, yo, listen, I don't want it to come out. If y'all see me swinging on homie, the next time we come across each other, he's wilding, he's on drugs, he's going crazy. He tried to fight Quavo. No, he's letting you know. He's letting you know, like, I'm gonna put hands on him the next time I see him. I want to fight.
Like I said last episode, be careful. There was a time when Chris Brown took a whole summer where he was just rapping.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't think that Quavo record, outside of it not being good, was a smart move.
Mm.
You dealing with someone that can rap and will reply in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And somebody that is always ready to fucking fight. And that's why I don't go to Highlight Room anymore.
You guys think Offset will get it? I'm only saying
No.
Offset because of that line, the RIP takeoff. He's the only real one that got true respect. Crazy how when he died, everybody really wished it was you instead. And then
Offset
the
probably
ad lib
agrees.
is on shit, bruh. Which ad libbing that is like.
I actually didn't The line is
Come on.
all is fair in a rap battle. I still stand by that. Even if I could say it's too soon, I don't make the rules. So that shit is fair here.
No, it is
The
fair.
oh shit ad lib was the only thing I was really like, ugh.
The ad-lib's crazy.
Oh
But
shit. I was like, you didn't need that.
to defend him, and I laughed at it last time. Quavo had the ad-lib about beat your girl or whatever. Like he ad-libbed beat your wife or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Different. I think that that's a little bit different.
either way, it's beef. They can do whatever they want.
Of course, yeah, but I think that's a little bit different because when you're talking about Chris Brown and that's shit that's actually been proven, whatever, they've talked about it for years. Takeoff, when you bring it up, Takeoff, you're also bringing up their family in that. And that's complete. They're related. You're bringing in their family and how their family feels about certain things. Granted, all's fair in rap beef, but I do think those two lines are a little bit different.
Can we bring up like our hypocrite meter? Because like
Yours broke.
that's true.
Mhm.
Like we said, there's no rules in this shit. But we also thought it was corny when the baby just mentioned out of nowhere that he fucked Meg.
Oh yeah. That was
I mean, it's different because we're in an arena now to battle, but like, if I'm Saweetie, I'm at home. Like, what the fuck? Why'd you turn me into an entendre?
Turned it into something else.
And accused her of cheating.
Yeah.
Like cheating.
I mean, listen, man. Again, I don't even.
At least Hove gave Carmen some like grace.
I don't even care about these records. I just know
He said Carmen, not Carmen.
that the next time these two gentlemen see each other, it's gonna be some shit going down.
Oh, yeah,
I hope they
that's-
don't. Like, I don't want violence. I hope Quavo replies with raps because I've seen moments when Quavo could really rap. And now he has to really rap. He can't do some fun hook.
Do you think that he can out rap Chris Brown?
I do not.
I mean, yeah, I think to your point, I think he's doing music because he makes music. I think you'd much rather see him in person. I mean, the first line of this alone is just like indicative of where Chris would rather settle this.
Chris Brown wrote his verse when he was on a record with Joyner Lucas. Chris Brown can out rap Quavo. I think people have Chris Brown's pen fucked up.
Chris Brown could always rap though. Some of my favorite Chris Brown songs are when Chris Brown's rapping.
And a lot of the shit he gets help on with writing is more of the singing stuff, not the rapping shit. I look at credits. I'm a nerd.
Mm.
Chris be writing his raps.
Third.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know,
I don't think
as long as they're not at a rude show.
I don't think Quavo's going to
Then I'm taking
respond
Quavo.
with the record because of that takeoff line. I don't think Quavo's going to respond with the record. I think it's like, oh, it's just on. Like when I see you, it's just on.
I will say we do have to call out some bullshit though, even though I think it's a great diss record. You fuck my XO, that's cool. I don't give a fuck.
You give mad
This whole thing
Fucks.
is because you give a fuck.
all of the fuck.
You've always given a fuck, and that's cool. We've all been there. You give a fuck.
But in the spirit of giving a fuck, because I fucked your ex when you were still with her, that's worse. Like he says, bitch, I'm up. Like he is up. Like it sucks. I'm sure he's mad about the whole Saweetie thing, but like he did fuck him when she was with Quavo. That's way worse.
Chris Brown to this day still gives more of a fuck about Karrueche than that man give a fuck about Saweetie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
If you didn't know that he fucked her while they was together, that shit hurts.
That hurts.
That
It hurts. But y'all, Chris was screaming Karrueche name on
Man,
record
that's-
years later. Like,
Yeah, but that ain't.
And
that
pulling
ain't,
up to the club, like,
But if a dude have sex with her like after y'all broken up, like that don't.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Chris Brown is mad at Victor Cruz. I don't think he got beef with Victor
I
Cruz.
think he does.
didn't he like post them or some shit being funny at one point? Like,
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, well, do I think he feels away? Yes. Hurt? No. I don't think he's hurt. Hurt is when you find out that Chris Brown fucked your girl while y'all was together. That's hurt.
That's a different type. Thank you. That's my point. That's a different type of hurt.
That's hurt.
Even if I'm completely over my ex and don't care, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna feel.
That's
it.
Even if
hurt.
y'all broken up, if you find out a nigga fucked her while y'all were together,
I'm gonna feel away.
oh my God.
All right. How
That
do you guys
pain
go
is
about that text message? Because a lot of pride and ego is fueling your body when you find that out, especially if you beef with someone in some rap shit and they say that on a record. Do you text her?
Hell no. Fuck. Well, okay, let me speak for myself. No.
I wouldn't.
No.
do y'all think it's actually true?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. 100%.
Yo, Chris Brown is a lot of things. When it comes to this type of stuff, he's never come across as a liar to me. He's a lot of fucking
The
things.
only thing he may
but
be lying about
Is them being together.
is them being together at the moment. Maybe they weren't. Maybe he thought they
they
were
were talking or something.
But let
Like,
Saweetie tell it, and they had been broken up for months. Let her tell it.
he could be gassing it a bit.
A
Up the
little bit.
timeline.
But he definitely smashed. He ain't gonna say he smashed a girl on a fucking record and he didn't do it. That would just be crazy.
Yo, K might be one of the most toxic R&B records that's ever existed. Chris Brown is sick about that girl, though.
I think at the time,
He took...
how many years ago was that?
The K song?
Yeah, that was 2009, 10, 11?
No, like 2016.
Oh, so that's 8 years ago.
15?
Yeah, come on, man.
No, it was just sick that, like, didn't they break up because he got her friend pregnant?
2015.
9 years ago.
Or maybe it was because he took Rihanna to the Christmas.
No,
Day
I think
game.
having...
Oh my God, remember?
Yeah.
Have you listened to the song K? He takes no accountability and blames everything on her. While on the album cover, he's holding the baby of the girl one of Karuchi's best friends that he cheated on
That's hip hop.
to have a baby.
It's love.
That's love.
Oh no, I think it's Shakespearean.
Yeah. It's nothing
Love.
like,
I'm not. No,
Shit.
that
Love
Chris
has
Brown
no
album is fire.
balance.
nothing like a father's love to his daughter, right?
But in that circumstance,
Yeah.
you still gotta love your kid in that circumstance.
Yeah. Forever. That's a forever thing.
But you can't then get on the outro of your album, glad taking responsibility as a father, loving that girl, but to then blame your ex.
Yeah, and you got to do some sick shit. You got to do some sick shit like, yo, listen, if I didn't cheat on you, I wouldn't have this bundle of joy right here. Like, you gotta spin it like that. You
Yeah.
gotta make it real sick. Like, come on, you was gonna stand in the way of this happening?
Like if you had no context, you would think that Karrueche cheated on Chris Brown. If you listen to that song with no context.
Oh, well, that's just the artistry in Chris.
That's that pen game.
Yeah, that's the way he pens it. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta give him respect where it's due.
And I could be sorry if that's misinformation, but wasn't that the story?
That is the story that.
All right, cool.
You know,
I just don't want to put out.
He did have a baby by a girl that she was cool with.
Or like new.
Yeah.
Could have been LA cool. Like I've seen the girl around. We took a photo.
We did a couple parties together and all of that.
All right. Speaking of parties, me and Demaris went to a movie premiere.
Oh God.
How was it? Y'all did the red carpet?
We did.
You did a little step and repeat.
Very quickly, yeah. Did a little high. Wrote our names on a white eraser board. I don't know like where to go with this one. Whatever Demaris is comfortable with, I'm cool because we've already been down this path of HR problems on the air. After we left the step and repeat, we walked into a theater. It was very quiet. All the lights were on. People were waiting to see this great documentary.
What was the name of the documentary?
HipHop in the White House. Comes out on Hulu, and we could talk about it in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Jeezy, executive producer.
Okay.
We then took a left to go down the steps to go get to our seats.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Lo was there. Shout out to Lo. And he was in the back, and I was looking for him in the theater. And as I'm looking over my shoulder for him, I'm also walking down the steps of the theater.
Oh, you
and
ain't shit.
I fell. And I didn't just fall like...
Is that on camera?
I didn't stumble. I fell.
It was a fall for the
She
ages.
rolled?
It was
the fall heard round the world.
And as I'm... No.
That was the
They
earthquake?
used the speakers they used for 9/11 when the planes flew in.
Yeah.
They used that for that
They
fall.
put those speakers all up and down.
There was an
Madison.
audible gasp in the theater, like a cartoon. Everybody was like, "Oh!" It was so bad.
And not even like about to laugh and clown. It was out of concern.
Yeah,
Oh man, I would have laughed
Yo,
so hard.
the most embarrassing moment of my life.
I've
And
never
then
seen legs go that way.
while I'm
Both heels flew off into the air.
Rory's standing behind me, like he's embarrassed too. Like I
No.
embarrassed both of us. Rory's standing there with the face that white people have when they're about to call the cops. He's like, "Here's your shoe." So embarrassing. So as I'm walking away from the most embarrassing moment of my life, here goes D-Ray talking about some, "Hey Rory." I'm just like, can we just have a moment, please? Can we have a fucking moment? So my knees and my legs are done. Like I was openly bleeding in the theater. But I'm a G. I'm not getting up to walk back up the stairs to go to the bathroom to get a first aid. No, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to bleed out with my fucking dignity or what's left of it intact. While
G.
How much
D-Ray's
space do I
talking to
have here,
Rory.
Alan? This is what the legs look like.
Hey yo. Hey
Oh,
yo.
he just did that in front of me like that?
Yo, why'd you just
Who was that?
put your whole asshole?
Don't ever toot your ass up.
Yeah.
To
The camera should be offended, not you.
Yeah, but I ain't like seeing you like that. I never seen you like that.
I didn't want to see Demaris that way.
No,
Oh,
I mean,
sick.
I understand that.
Well, it looked like he was waiting to get pegged.
Yeah, I was not. I never thought I would see
Yo,
you
I was
that
sitting there in disbelief. Like it all went in slow-mo. That's why I still have that image of like the legs flared. Like, you know when you break a chicken wing off?
Yes.
And like how it stays?
Yes.
That's how it was.
Uh,
And then like I was searching for the other heel. I really wasn't embarrassed. I was actually very concerned for Demaris.
Was the steps like
What you
carpet?
trip? Yeah,
Was
did
it
you step
marble?
on your
They were
dress?
carpet, so
Yeah, it was
I
like
got a
movie
rug
theater.
burn all
Okay.
up my
As
leg.
long
Oh, she was bleeding. Like
Yeah,
I was-
but
it was fucked up.
Now imagine if it wasn't carpet.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it wasn't carpet though, my knees wouldn't be as fucked up as they are. Because of the carpet, I have a rug burn.
Oh,
So,
rug burn
like-
ain't shit though.
Huh?
Rug burn is nothing.
No, you don't. We'll
rug
insert
burn?
a picture of my.
If
of my
those steps
knees.
were marble, you might have broke something.
Yeah, I'm on mall
Yeah.
side. Carpet, at least a little bit of a cushion.
Yeah, if that was
Sucks,
a marble or
but-
concrete step, you would have broke something.
My ankle was swollen for 2 days. I thought my ankle was broken, but I was not gonna. They were like, "Do you need anything?" Like the people from the theater. I think they were afraid I was gonna sue, and they kept coming up to me, and I was like, "I just want to disappear. Can you leave me alone, please?" Rory goes, "I mean, tequila. We can get some tequila. I think that'll help." I'm like, "Yeah, sure,
Tequila always helps.
tequila."
Well, also she came up and offered it. and
She
I said
did.
yes.
Also, thank you, Jesus, like for sparing me at least this little bit of embarrassment. 2 minutes after I got seated from falling, Jeezy came and sat directly behind me.
And Jeezy and Bun B.
Mm.
Or no, I think Bun B saw the spill.
No, yeah, Bun B saw me fall. But Jeezy came
Did
and
Bumby
sat.
give you a trill burger to kind of like help you like with your pain?
your
No,
knees?
I think he just turned his head and shit. Everybody had second hand embarrassment. That's how embarrassing it was. And I had mind you, if I would have just been in like sweats or like jeans or like looked normal or regular, no, I was probably the most dressed up person in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, probably the most embarrassing moment of my life. But Rory did not laugh at me. He's a really good friend.
I stood with you the whole time.
I would have laughed. I would have been like, "Are you okay?" But then I would have laughed.
If
Oh no,
you
now's the
saw
time
it,
to
I don't
laugh.
think
In
you
the
would've-
moment,
No,
nah.
you wouldn't have.
I
It
was
was
like,
that bad?
I was
was that
really
bad.
concerned for it.
But what? How did,
The second embarrassment for her was like a second thing in my mind at that point because she fell. I was
Did you
like, all
fall downstairs? Like, was it multiple stairs?
It was like no, so like it
right. You
was
know, like wide steps,
You-
No,
yeah.
I know. Yeah.
it was like
theater
one
steps.
step.
but it was a wide ass one step.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
wait, you fell down one step?
It was the theater steps.
This
Now
was
they're
like
like
long-ass
long
steps.
and
Long and
inside,
a big drop
inside the
and
theater, like
long.
inside
Yes.
the actual where you was watching the film.
Yeah,
Also, like coming down.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
To go to your seat. Yeah.
it was rough.
So that
But
was
listen,
rough.
I stood by you while everyone was staring.
He did. So then we go.
Held it down.
I'm like,
Good man.
Rory did. Maybe people didn't see. Rory was like, babe, everybody.
then everybody saw that. shit.
Everybody-
No, first, I asked you, would you like me to be honest with everything I say moving forward, or do you want me to make you feel better? You're like, be honest. Like everyone saw it. Everyone's looking over here, but we're good. We're
Yeah.
fine. It'll pass.
It'll be so. But how was the documentary?
It was good. It's thank God it got on pretty quickly.
Yo, immediately. Thank you.
Yeah, and like once we saw Ronald Reagan creating crack, everyone like forgot about Demaris's knee.
Oh,
It was just a reminder, like, God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. It's coming out on Hulu. It's basically just all the attachments that hip hop has had with the White House, from rappers going to the White House to songs about the White House to what the White House did to create hip hop. Like it's just that whole inner circle working. It's
Gotta
a lot
check
of
that
stuff.
out.
I'll say this. I think everyone should check it out. But if you're already a hip hop head, I don't know if it's really for you.
If you're a hip hop head, it's not for you.
Because you're not learning anything
Yeah,
if you're a hip hop head.
It's great to hear from a lot of rappers. Like Jeezy executive produced it. The segment about him doing My President's Black and Obama and that whole thing was fire. And the film was very objective. Like at certain times, hip hop is going to look insane for even trying to co-sign Vote or Die, or even thinking Obama was really going to do a lot for hip hop. It doesn't try to drive a narrative at all. It tells the facts and it forces you to kind of have an opinion. Like I thought it was nasty that it was proven how much Jeezy did for Obama's campaign, and then he gets to the White House and they're like, nah, we looked at your background. You can't come in here. And then like 2 weeks later, Obama is on during a speech and quotes Jeezy. Like it does show a lot of hypocrisy. Waka is going to get smoked in it. Just telling y'all that now.
Why? What did he do?
He sound like you.
I tapped Demaris and I said, are we watching Maul or Waka? He goes full Trump. Waka, they're going to smoke Waka.
I knew I liked that nigga, man.
But
Hasn't he been on like a Trump campaign though for a minute?
yeah, that's nothing new.
Yeah.
That's why I think they wanted to interview Waka, because he has an opposing view than a lot of the other
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't like they was just like, yeah, you know who we need for this Waka.
But that's why politics is so funny. Because you like how you just said he's gonna get smoked for that. Why does he get smoked for who he likes, but you don't get
Because the
smoked for who
way-
you like?
Oh, I agree. This it's
So
all
because
hypocrisy.
of Waka's
Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
dialect and the way that he talks, in comparison to what he would, also added on top of what he was saying, they're gonna say that he sounds stupid. He's gonna get smoked because they're gonna say that he sounds stupid. I understand his point. Like even Lowe texted us when we were leaving, like Waka sounds fucking dumb, and I'm like, I understand Waka's point. He just didn't make his point well.
And why? Because the film was so objective.
Well, I think Candace Owens was trying to say about Cardi when she was endorsing Biden.
Oh, that she just doesn't know anything about politics, or she's being used.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the celebrities.
The film kind of shows how.
Presidents.
Yeah, I mean, if that bag is right, I'll say some nice things. Though.
The White House has conveniently used hip hop when it needed it, and then just kicked it to the fucking curb when it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was so objective and didn't drive a narrative, it's going to allow both sides, CNN, Fox, left, right, to cut it up for their own agenda. Like, I think Fox is going to take the Waka shit and cut it to make Waka look really good. And I think CNN is going to cut it so it looks terrible. I think CNN's going to take all the points of hip hop not fucking with the White House and the White House not fucking with hip hop and run with it. It just allowed it for narratives to be pushed once you edit that shit down.
What's the name of the doc?
Hip Hop in the White House? White House and Hip Hop?
Hip Hop in the White House, or what? White House?
Hulu. Hip Hop in the White House on Hulu. Shout out to Anscape. And thank you for having us. Sorry that we embarrassed the fuck out of y'all by falling. But it was good. They had a nice open bar. They had a DJ afterwards. It was, me and Rory had a nice little.
No, it was cool. Like I texted you guys. You got no, this is nothing.
I had fallen. I went home immediately. I wanted to. We didn't stay there the whole time. We disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I fell. I don't think you understand that. After I sent you that video, I fell directly after I sent you the video of us doing the step and repeat.
That's fun. Damn, I wish I saw that.
Yeah.
No worry and mouth.
Mo, how was your 420?
It was great, man. Went to Washington Square Park with the rest of New York City, what it felt like out there.
Of course.
But I went out there. I had to get my mood in order.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my Kush disposable vape with me.
Okay.
Shout out to Mood. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, I like the Sleepy Time gummies. They definitely help me wind down at night and get some sleep. But bundled with the morning gummies is even better. Yeah. Because I can jumpstart my day. Had both of those on 420.
I love the Delta 9 morning gummies. It gives you that energetic, creative kick that you need in the morning.
No, it really helps. Browse by different moods and get 20% off your first order and a free THCA pre-roll with promo code RoryMall at hellomood.com.
Enjoy THC exactly how you want to with Mood. Get 20% off your first order plus a free THCA pre-roll at hellomood.com with promo code RoryMall. That's HelloMood.com, code RoryMall.
No worry and mouth.
NBA fans, listen up. You've got to try Pick Six, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's playoff time.
You got to do is select a player.
Mm-hmm.
Select if you think it's going to have more or less of a stat, more than one rebound, or less than one rebound.
I suggest picking Jalen Brunson.
For whatever, all across the
GOAT Nick of all time.
Pick your favorite players and compete for huge cash prizes, of course, Rory. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now using code RoryMall and take on the competition with your best NBA player picks. Only on DraftKings Pick 6 with code RoryMall. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick 6 is not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
How was your weekend, Maul?
My weekend was cool. My niece had a baby shower this weekend. So I saw the entire family. Saw some. I took a video of because all my nieces and nephews, well, the ones that were there, was taking pictures together, and I was standing there. I was like, shit, I'm getting old, man.
Yeah,
seeing all my nieces and nephews, and some of my nieces and nephews have kids. Like, I was like, fuck.
Are you a great uncle?
I've been a great uncle though.
Damn.
Yeesh. Yeah.
Damn. I had my brother in town. We did a little bachelor party weekend.
That's cute.
It was very fun.
Where'd you guys go?
Just the Lower East Side, kicked it all over the place. Did a couple nice dinners. Had a day drinking Saturday with some friends. He did tell me something cool. My brother played lacrosse in college, but he's now coaching. Howard has a lacrosse team. My brother lives in DC, and it's the NCL league. It's like it's for the HBCUs, but it's like
the National Color League.
No, I don't think they call it that, but sure. And
he said that. I didn't say it.
Yeah, Rory thinks the N doesn't stand for national. My brother's the Nagger colored league.
The Nagger color.
That's like way too descriptive. You didn't need all those adjectives.
Yeah.
Or nouns.
You gotta be a sick nigga to go to Howard and play lacrosse. Let me just put that out there.
So yeah, the team.
Jim Brown played lacrosse.
Did he go to Howard?
I used to play lacrosse.
No,
Exactly.
Where didn't he go to like a Navy Academy or some shit? I forgot where.
Yeah, but at Howard, come on, man.
But yeah, it was
Oh, no, he
cool.
went to Hughes, I think.
They're it's kind
Yeah, he
of
went to Syracuse.
whack. There's like one team in South Carolina's in the league somehow
What's wrong with South Carolina?
because it's not an HBCU, like South Carolina.
Wait, well, I guess I'll ask the obvious question. Why can't they play in the NCAA?
Well, because it's not fair because they're pooling from different resources and it's a much larger school.
Mm-hmm.
And it just doesn't make sense to me. And of course, they're the best team, and their players of course are the mostly white team, and it just optically looks weird. But it's like all the other schools are HBCUs, and then there's South Carolina.
All the white kids that decided to go to the great Howard University decided like we're gonna play lacrosse.
No, they're black. A lot of the team's black.
They have a black lacrosse team.
At Howard, yeah.
Black people play lacrosse.
I play lacrosse. No, that's not saying much. but-
that's not saying.
all right.
That's
But
my point. Still stands.
it's not in abundance, but yes, black
But
people
look,
do
like
play
this
lacrosse.
is the NCL. It's all black people. It's dope. But
there was one black kid and everybody else had on a helmet. Stop playing with me, Jim. Right?
well, it's
Stop.
like, they
You think
all
that
wear
curly hair is
helmets.
from
Stop playing with
all
me.
those people
They're
are
all black,
except for the one.
except for the
right?
North South Carolina kid.
All right, well, listen, man. Shout out to all the brothers. Khalil Anderson. Shout out to my man Khalil Anderson right there.
That's your guy.
That's my guy, Khalil. Shout out Khalil.
So
Anderson.
shout,
on a few parlays.
shout out to the Howard lacrosse team. Go fuck South Carolina.
But like Morgan State is in Maryland. Everybody plays lacrosse in Maryland. I'm sure this could become like a real league.
I hope it pops off. Yeah.
Speaking of sports, you guys watch the fight?
Oh my
Watch
god.
the fight. Thank you, Ryan Garcia. He won me a lot of money on FanDuel. Put some money down on him. You put $100 down, you won $2,000. I'm not gonna tell you how much I won for tax purposes, but everybody was like, "You're crazy."
Put a few hundreds down.
I was like, "Yo, I never felt like Devin Haney was a threat to Ryan Garcia. I know the optics that Ryan Garcia created leading up to it. He's crazy. He's losing his mind. He's not taking the fight serious. At the weigh-in, he chugged the beer on the scale, essentially putting him 3 pounds over. So which means the belt, he didn't win the belt because if you're overweight, you can't win the belt if you win. He didn't care about the belt. He just knew that he could beat Devin Haney.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to show that I'm not even taking this fight serious, or which y'all think I'm not taking it serious. And I'm going to go in here and beat the shit out of Devin Haney. So shout out to Ryan Garcia. And shout out to Devin Haney because the one thing I did respect about him in this fight, he didn't.
He got
kept
up.
getting up.
He went the distance. Like
He
this
kept
was
getting
one of
up.
the toughest fights I've seen.
He got knocked down 3 times and got back up immediately.
And not only was getting up, was still fighting.
Was
Like
still fighting.
Yeah.
it looked like he could put Garcia down a few times after he had been put down. This was some of the toughest shit I've ever seen. To
And-
both these gentlemen.
Great
And
What a
respect,
fight.
respect to the referee.
yeah.
But letting that
Because
go.
He could have stopped the fight, but most refs understand the champion. You let the champion go out on his own merit if it looks like he's not seriously hurt and can stand and can walk.
Yeah.
So the ref did a great job at gauging that. But shout out to Ryan Garcia. And I hope that he focuses a little more. I understand the optics that he's, trying to put out there, that he's the crazy guy. It's great marketing, especially when you go in the ring and perform the way he did. Now, if he got his ass kicked, that's when it would be like, see, this is why you need to be fucking focusing and not drinking beer at the weigh-in. But
Yeah.
he went in there despite all of that, handled business. I still don't think either one of these, well, obviously not Devin Haney, but I still don't think Ryan Garcia should step into the ring with Tank yet, though.
All right, to move the goalposts more, because this is similar to the rap battle shit now. When it comes to marketing a boxing fight, as we know, anything goes.
Mhm.
Everything's on the table when it comes to the trolling and marketing before a fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little cheap and nasty that Ryan Garcia has been using the red pill, kids are being touched by Hollywood narrative to get the red pill community on his side. He's the red pill Ali now. But don't tell me you went to a compound and saw a bunch of kids get touched and now you can't even tell us where it's at. Or who was like, if I think that type of shit happens. We had that conversation about Ryan Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he's saying, I do think it happens. But I think you're taking advantage of that. And what you're doing is lying about something that's very serious.
Yeah.
I think that trolling is, in my opinion, a little too far. with his red pill marketing shit, but he's clearly an amazing fighter.
Either way, he went in there and did what he had to do, and obviously he is the guy in that class right now. Obviously, Tank is still number one, but Ryan Garcia is definitely one of the fighters, the young fighters now that all of these other fighters have to take serious, because that performance he put on against Devin Haney was every boxer
One of the best fights I've seen.
looked at that and was like, "Oh no, he can fight."
Did you guys
box.
watch any of the undercard?
Yeah.
No, I was watching all the playoff games. The Knicks were playing.
Well,
shout out to the Knicks.
We just can't skip over some Irish racism. My guy McComb was clearly fucking robbed. He was supposed to get his ass whooped and clearly fucking won. Also had the Palestine flag on his trunks. And
shout out to that.
Lost. That's the type of shit that is taking boxing fans away from boxing.
Well,
it's a slap in the face of like how much this is bullshit.
Well, now you know why he lost. He had the Palestine trunks on.
True.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was like, he's getting up there. He's 34, 5. Like, this was around his last shot, and he clearly beat someone superior to him. He was supposed to lose that shit in not even a split decision. So that was bullshit. And that's why a lot of people don't watch boxing anymore, because y'all are laughing in our face of how rigged this shit is.
Well, that's why I was nervous about putting that money on Ryan, because I was like,
they're not gonna let him win.
They're not gonna let him win.
Yeah.
And I didn't think he was gonna knock Devin Haney out. So like, if this goes to the cards, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna let him win. But once I saw the first knockdown and then he did some dumb shit and lost the point, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's part of the maturity.
It's the risk though that you take with something.
That's the risk you take. But Ryan Garcia just needs that. He's still young, but he needs to mature. He needs to focus a little more. I know he wants to be a showman and sell tickets and sell his fights. But just pull back on that a little bit and focus more on just doing what you're doing. But great fight. I do believe they'll fight again. I think they almost have to rematch it.
Yeah.
Sure. So we'll wait to see when that's announced. But shout out to the Knicks. Knicks won game 1 of their playoff series versus the 76ers. So shout out to them. Shout out to Jalen Brunson for he's my vote for league MVP this year. And yeah, shout out to him for having the Knicks one game up against the 76ers. That doesn't mean that the series is over. The Sixers are still a very tough opponent, but it's always good to get that first win at home and kind of like, get some of those butterflies out of the way. And now they can really focus on game 2, which is tonight. If you're listening to this Tuesday, when this comes out, we will know what the outcome is by now. But shout out to the Knicks.
Shout out to Hart.
Josh Hart went off.
Shout out to Josh Hart.
Saved that game.
Shout out to Josh
That was
Hart. Shout out to Julius. He's home. He had surgery on his shoulder. He's recovering. So shout out to my guy Julius. Get well soon. Get healthy this summer. Get back right. Because you definitely the Knicks are definitely gonna need you next season, no matter how far they go this year. But they look good. So shout out to the Knicks.
I went to yesterday. I went to the Rangers. Rangers are in the playoffs. Did you guys know the Rangers are the best team in hockey?
I did know.
Not even close. Like they are. Yeah. They're the favorite to win the cup. Mm-hmm. They're playing the Capitals. So a friend of mine, David, who works over at MSG, shout out to him, threw a friend of mine me a couple tickets, and it was dope. Did the whole like Delta food experience shit, and then watched them put on a clinic. It was 4-1. They just scored 2 goals in like 20 seconds. It was a very, very fun game.
Shout out to the Rangers. Shout out to the Lakers. They lost, but
for what?
I'm like,
I hope they get swept again, man. I'm tired of that.
Watch them. I don't this energy. I just congratulated your team.
You like the Knicks.
I like the Knicks because my guy plays for the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan. I like the Knicks, but I also like to see the Knicks in the playoffs. I think it makes basketball more interesting when the Knicks are in the playoffs. I'm a Lakers fan, so shout out to my Lakers. We're down 0-1. I'll be honest. I think we're going to get swept. It is what it is. I don't think that anybody can beat the Denver Nuggets outside of maybe Boston. But yeah, shout out to the Lakers.
Cool. Do we have voicemails?
Ooh, yeah, we do.
You've got mail.
Rory, Maul, Julian, Demaris, what's up, pod? I love what y'all got going on. Keep it up. The show's great. It just keeps getting better and better. My name's Kevin. I'm from the Bronx. Mo, what's going on, bro? It's good. I'm right by 170 Grand Concourse. Mo knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yup,
Spend
right up
a
the
lot
block
of
from
time.
Wendy's, right there, right up the block from the 4 line.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
rob him.
Not
Like,
far
a lot
at
of
all.
time.
No, I could get to Kingsbridge in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, question: what's your best hip hop duo of all time? So, like, think about it WWE style. Think about it a fatal 4-way tag team match.
Pause.
So it's
Pause, yeah.
It's 4 different tag teams. You know,
Taking
you
it further.
have, for example, Hove and Kanye, Drake, Rick Ross, Future, and somebody.
Drake.
Who would your
Drake.
top 3 or top 4 duos of all time be hip hop? Mine, personally, my favorite hip hop duo of all time is Drake and, oh man, this is tough. Probably Drake and Rick Ross. Probably.
It's figuring it out in real time. You could have thought about
you
this
asked
and
the
then
question.
asked the question.
Sure, I gotta go with that. What do you guys think? I love the pod. Keep it up, yo.
You guys know I always have to ruin it and ask the rules.
Here we go.
Does this mean also duos that are solo artists?
Yeah, it's not a group.
Yeah, because
It's
Drake
not
and
like
Rick
Mobb
Ross
Deep
are
versus
solo
Outkast,
artists.
right?
No.
He's just saying people that have
Solo
collabed. All right.
Solo artists.
Oh, so we're eliminating Outkast doesn't count.
Not group.
Clips doesn't count.
That's what I think he was trying to get
I
at.
think it's
Okay.
solo artists that have collabed together and made multiple records.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Got you.
Obviously, Drake and Ross is number one.
Yeah, that's pretty high on my list. Kanye and Jay, I mean, they.
That would be the
That would be there
closest.
too. It's just that Drake and Ross have more records together, I think.
Than the
Jay
one
and
Watch the
Kanye.
Throne. Well, no, because if
No,
you
Watch the Throne has a
Actually, I don't know.
songs.
I think if you go through some of the stuff that's been on Kanye's solo albums, you have a good shot at Drake and Ross with Kanye and Jay.
I was looking at looking at the
You gotta
list
run
the
this
other
down
day
over
of well yeah, that's I was looking at this list the other day of all the records that Drake and Ross have together.
It's a classic album, no skips.
It's a classic.
Oh my god.
It's not a single skip on there.
Yeah, it's tough to beat that. But yeah, Jay and Kanye obviously will be there.
Nas and AZ don't have the biggest records together, but if you look through like the 8 that they have,
really good records.
Nas and AZ is definitely
Yeah,
there.
they rap really well together.
Trying to think. I guess Black Star wouldn't count because they are officially a group too,
Mm-hmm.
even though they're solo.
Mm-hmm.
Drake and Wayne,
Yeah. I was
Kinda
gonna
up
say
there.
Drake and Wayne.
Shit, Drake and Future, Drake and 21 Savage.
Nelly,
Drake.
Tim McGraw.
Yeah, that's about all in my head.
It's a great song.
It's a great record.
Great fucking record.
But there's only like a handful of bigger artists that do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What about the kids like MGK and Trippie Redd? Is that their Watch the Throne?
I don't want to watch
Ew.
that.
I heard that
I
album's
wanna
actually
watch
not too bad. I don't want to shit on them because I heard it was all right.
One day y'all gonna give MGK credit against that in that battle with Eminem.
Everybody
beat him.
said he won.
One day.
Do people say that?
He beat
No
him.
one said Eminem won.
I
that
feel like people don't say that at all.
Well, Eminem fans, I'm sure don't, but
It's a lot of fans.
probably the most. But no, I think the rap community as a whole believes that MGK won for sure.
Okay.
Trying to think of other examples for.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more recent.
I mean, Boz and Cole always put together a nice record.
We're not doing that.
I know you're not.
No, we're not doing
I
that.
am.
Not you. We're
Wow,
not
Kendrick
doing
and Baby Keem.
that. Stop it. Now y'all niggas.
Cole and
Now y'all
Boss
just
are
doing wet-
cleaning
y'all
up
just
Kendrick
doing
and
wet-
Cole and Boz have a lot of great
cleaning
records
up
together.
Baby Keem and Kendrick.
Oh
My nigga just made Bail, the Jackie, Passport Bros, Tribe, the Stealth Mode record.
That's your Illmatic.
That's your
I'm
Illmatic.
just saying they have a lot of songs. Like if we're talking volume,
Julian, let me explain something to you. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
go
make
ahead,
it
Mo.
very clear.
Please.
You're gonna go down swinging, and I love that about.
it's not even. We're not talking about greatest of all time. We're talking about artists that collaborate.
I know
Ray
what
J,
you're
Chris
saying.
Brown.
I know what you're saying, but let me just assure you something. Things have changed.
That has nothing to do with this
Trust me,
conversation.
it has. Things have changed.
No, it doesn't.
When it comes to that gentleman, things have changed.
I actually don't think. I think things change back. Actually,
Oh.
Same.
I think a
Things
lot
get
of
back.
people feel the same
All
way
right,
that
so-
Rory feels. As far as
How does
I
Rory
understand why this nigga pulled out now. Like he needs to. Like yeah, he should have.
I
pulled
still
out.
stand on you can't put a record out and then come back and apologize. I still stand on that being crazy.
Oh yeah, no.
And he has an
That is
asterisk
crazy.
no matter what. The human side of me that's adding things up in my head with information that I don't even know is true or not. I can see why Cole would be like, no, I'm cool. I said on stage This reminded me when I was moving fucking crazy 10 years ago. Don't need this energy. Fuck y'all.
Remember when
Yeah,
Devo?
but he just said he felt like Muhammad Ali.
That's why the asterisk is there. But I'm gonna give. I've been objective with all three of these artists.
J. Cole has been
Y'all
saying he
haven't.
will bust anybody's ass for years.
And listen, this is the
For
thing.
years,
though.
that's been his thing. He's
Yes,
been saying that.
yes.
Mhm.
But,
that does
but
not change now because you feel like, oh, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, dude, it does when I look at my family.
Yes, exactly.
these niggas are about to get disrespect from the shit that
Yeah,
niggas is
man.
hearing. These niggas is about to get
Oh, no, it's
disrespectful
asterisk.
and take
Whoa,
it to a
it's-
different spot. It can be
It's
an
not gonna-
asterisk.
niggas battle rap all the time. That stays in the ring. Them niggas don't hate each other when they leave.
If
Why
you
are
say
y'all
some
trying to
shit,
make it seem
it's-
like this
all
was
right.
gonna be like some thing that J. Cole's gonna be like, oh my God, like I don't even like these guys.
If it
no more.
would've-
We got
if
Because
beef.
I think Drake told him it was gonna go that way.
Man, cut it out, man. Cut it
It's
out.
still an asterisk, but I can't have some understanding when I get more information.
You can have more understanding. What I'm saying is people got to stop acting like what J. Cole did was because, oh, he didn't want to get involved in this thing that's going to turn into something that's going to be this negative thing that everybody's going to start looking at. What? What are you talking about? No, bro, this is rap. Then y'all just gonna rap, exchange some bars, say some things about each other. Once this is over, it's over. Like y'all can go back to being cool and make records again. Like this wasn't gonna be no big like. And I feel like people are trying to put that energy on it, and that's why I'm looking at it like this was not that though. This was just dudes rapping, trying to prove out of the big three that you named, where do we stand in that big three?
Yeah,
simple. Like that's all.
What about rappers and singers collabs?
Wait, I have a couple more rap ones real quick.
Okay.
Slime and B, Chris Brown and Thug was a good project.
Good project.
And then Super Slimy was Future and Young Thug. That is still a project I play often.
I'm putting Chris Brown and Tyga up there too.
That was
Fan of a fan.
Fan of a fan.
It's a great project. Yeah, Tyga and Chris Brown make great music together.
Okay, singers.
Mariah Carey and the Lox.
They have how many records?
I think
2 or
Two.
3?
2 or 3.
Oh, John Legend and Rick Ross.
They do great.
He
yeah.
sings his ass off on all those Maybach music records.
Hove and Mary only have what, 3 records?
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah.
To pull from.
That's definitely not.
Does it have to be? It has to be both hip hop.
Oh, Big Sean and Janae?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
sure.
I like that 2088 a lot.
That's a great project.
Pretty much Rick Ross and any singer. It's weird that Ross is in all these duo conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, Ja Rule and Ashanti, number 1.
Oh yeah,
Ja
number
Rule and
1.
Ashanti,
They
yeah.
win.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
They win.
I mean,
They
does do Beyonce and Jay count?
They do.
Oh, yeah.
I think they might come second to Ja Rule and Ashanti.
I think they just recently started making good music together. Crazy in Love is Crazy in Love. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
that's
Deja Vu is Deja Vu. Don't make me hop across this table, bro.
I've never,
Bonnie and Clyde. What's good with you? You good?
I've just never been a huge fan of their collabs all the time.
That's hate.
Do you like Bonnie and Clyde?
03 Bonnie and Clyde? Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
That nigga said it was cool. Shoot him.
Cool.
I like Tupac's version with whoever that girl just from around the way was.
Good record. Really good record.
No, 03 Bonnie and Clyde is a classic song.
Deja Vu is a
But
classic song.
That whole run of like when Beyonce became Beyonce as a solo artist, there's a few Hove collabs in there.
You just don't like Hollywood, and that's okay.
If you pull up the list,
Pull up the list, because you tripping.
Of what? What am I looking at?
Because people be sleeping on the Run too, by the way, and that's a fucking classic. That might be their best song they ever made together, and people be sleeping on that. Off what was that?
It was on
that?
Magna
Carta. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think because people don't like the album, they try to shit on that song.
Deja Vu was fires. Don't even know if it needed Hove. Like,
Ooh, I
that's-
like Drunken Love. That was a fun one.
Welcome to Hollywood.
You,
Lift Off. I hated. I still don't.
I
like
love
Lift Off.
I love Lift Off. I don't like
Hip Hop Star could go. That's How You Like It could go. Family Feud, I don't count. Tom Ford, I don't count. Shining is the most underrated record they have together. Yes, a lot of this can go, man. But as of recent, they make amazing music together.
Mm.
You just don't like the Hollywood songs. That's literally it. That's the only ones you don't like, and I knew that. In Lift Off, I love Lift Off, but
I just think they're both better than some of their collabs. That's all.
Rory
But-
likes.
you like ape
You
shit.
about to say some bullshit.
Fucking
Yeah, I was
racist.
definitely about to say.
No, I didn't think you were about to say something
No, go ahead.
in my favor
Go
or
ahead, Mo.
intelligent.
He like Black Thought and Jaguar, right? That's what Rory like.
He does though. That's why he's not even.
I definitely do. Matter of fact, I love Hove and Jaguar Wright, and so do you. So don't even start.
She killed that Fade to Black concert.
Oh, and the Unplugged, she was insane.
Smoked it for sure.
But yeah, listen, man. Jill Scott and Black Thought. That's a nice Saturday for me.
Y'all really canceled Jill Scott. No.
Who did?
Not Chrisette Michele. I was thinking about the record she got.
Oh yeah, they got her the fuck out of here. She might be the only most successfully canceled person I've ever seen.
And y'all wrong for that.
I still listen to Blame It On Me. I love Chrisette Michele.
I never see you post it.
That's right now.
Right now.
I never see you post it.
See, I don't even like
that was
post right now.
I don't like when people try to call my bluff.
I never see
Post it right now. No
I'm
context.
doing it right now.
You can't delete it later.
I seen his year-end wrap-up numbers. Chrisette wasn't nowhere in the year.
We didn't even do songs. We did albums. And
when
artists.
people listen to this tomorrow, they'll be like, "Oh, that's why he posted that."
Yeah. Everybody go stream Chrisette Michele. What's Chrisette Michele's last album?
I don't know.
We'll find out. See, that's fucked up. Find out.
Ironically, 2018, Out of Control.
That was the last album?
Yeah.
It's been out of control ever since.
Everybody go stream Chrisette Michele's Out of Control. Because y'all tried to cancel her for singing at the inauguration. What was it?
Wait, let Rory. No, go ahead.
With the inauguration.
She sang at the inauguration.
I don't even think it was the singing. It was the dress.
No. They didn't want her doing anything for Donald Trump.
Yes, but
that's why they canceled
the
her.
Dress.
Fuck the dress. They didn't want her there. They were like, "Why are you going there? Why are you supporting this president?" Y'all was wrong for that, man.
What's funny is without context, someone is just going to think I'm going through a breakup. It's posted.
Oh,
yo, posting Chrisette Michele, Blame It On Me is just a wild post.
Out of nowhere. It's like, okay, that's your vibe.
Like, what cryptic meanings does this have here?
Yeah.
Yo, her and Wale might be on that list. Blog era, singer, rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Chrisette and Wale have joints together.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Why'd you let her do that, Maul?
What if you needed $250K?
That's what I'm saying. Fuck who the president is. These bills is coming in like a motherfucker. I'm going to get this bag.
Is this?
Oh, are her pants a Basquiat print?
Yeah, so she took the culture there, represented still.
Oh, Lil Mo and Fab.
Oh,
up there.
That's a good one.
Did
this is at the inauguration?
This was the Donald Trump inaugural ball, yeah.
Did every other black person get canceled? Like him?
No, I'm sure he's doing fine.
That's what I'm saying. This whole stage is full of black people. Only she got canceled?
Only Chrisette. So I said, people, sometimes we get it wrong, man. It's okay to say we get it wrong sometimes. Canceling Chrisette Michele was wrong.
But when you go down the gospel route, like,
yeah, you're
as
not
long
gonna
as
get
they're not
people.
like for abortion, no one's getting canceled.
The Chrisette Michelle's canceled.
So she should just go full gospel.
I think if Chrisette Michele released some good music, I think she would be fine. I think her time. I think even if she didn't do that, I think her career would have just been over. Period. I think.
Damn.
No
harsh,
disrespect to her. It was just the times. Like,
it wasn't like it was going crazy at that moment to begin with.
Yeah.
So
like Epiphany was probably her peak.
So you do understand why she took that gig.
I just said sometimes people need $250,000.
That's all I'm saying.
And with that president, it would be tax less.
Stream Chrisette Michele, Out of Control, now available on your DSP. It's been there since 2018. Go stream it, because y'all was wrong for that.
How's Marsha Ambrosius doing?
I'm sure she's
fine though. No, actually, I just saw she was doing something. She was on a podcast, something, and she sang again. They got everywhere she go. She got to sing Butterfly, but she sang it a cappella. I forgot which podcast it was on. She was on. I just saw that like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, she's put out a new single.
She did. Shout out to her. I love her voice. The reason I brought her up is because when I think of Chrisette, I think of her because they were around the same time. My mother used to play them in the car.
I feel like it's just a guess. You know every lyric to "I hope she cheats on you with a basketball player."
I hope she cheat on you with a basketball player. Hope that she Kim Kardashian's away up.
Great record. Just feel like you knew all the lyrics.
Who wrote that? That was genius.
Her probably.
That shit was on the fucking radios. That shit was on the radios for like a year. You could not escape it.
That had like 15 remixes. I feel like even basketball players hopped on that shit.
I was going to say, yeah.
Dame
that might have a Shaq
oh my
remix.
God. Speaking of Dame, he went off last night. Jesus.
So Dame Lillard?
Did you watch that? I fell asleep. Well, no, I finished that game. But he had like
36
6 at a half.
And if the Knicks win, it's Bucks Pacers winner, right? That we would see?
No, it'd be Cleveland Orlando winner.
Okay.
You want to do
I
a
don't know.
voice?
I mean, I know the Bucks have a some injury problems, but Dame is still Dame.
Dame is still Dame. That's a fact.
Dame versus Brunson in the playoffs would be crazy.
Yeah, Dame is just that's too much for the Knicks to handle though.
I'm taking Brunson over.
Dame in the Garden. Yo, they're gonna have to drug test him after those games.
Brunson had a better year than Dame.
They just got to hire Glorilla to do the halftime performance, get in his head.
Only play Glow.
The entire game is just Glow
Just
on repeat.
Glow when he hits a free throw.
And like that record's amazing, but that would be insane to play it for 4 hours straight. Give all the fans with their tickets like earplugs and just have it on repeat.
Glow.
Mhm.
That's not gonna work. He's still gonna have 50.
Probably.
Yeah.
He might have 90. You play Glow.
Glow is a motivational song. Stop
Great song.
overthinking. These hoes can't fuck with you. That's affirmation.
Morning affirmations, right?
Yeah, you should say that in the mirror like Candyman.
I do.
Yeah.
That nigga say Candyman. Nigga said Candyman mad times.
Niggas is in the mirror like, yo, where you at? Candyman.
Where's Candyman at?
They also said that they're moving the goalposts for Meg, but not Saweetie.
Meg and not Saweetie.
Saweetie got to shoot back.
They said because Saweetie be out here fucking y'all's favorite R&B singers and rappers too, but nobody calls her a whore the way they call Megan a whore.
Oh, you know why. We don't have to go into why they do that.
Well, the whole getting shot thing kind of
makes you more of a whore.
No, I'm saying like magnified that whole situation. If you hoe in peace, it's like, whatever. Like,
that's true.
You know, hoeing and then getting shot at a Jenner's house, like that's like right here. That's like a
with the guy you're fucking that's also fucking the other person in the car.
There's a lot going on.
It adds a lot to it. I get it.
Yeah.
All Saweetie was doing was putting cheeseburgers in the blender and drinking McDonald's smoothies.
Cheeseburgers.
However she makes dinner.
Her guy is crazy.
Taylor Swift is on pace to do 2 million.
It's ridiculous.
That's just absolutely fucking crazy.
Do you guys listen yet? I haven't. I'm going to though.
I heard some of it.
She did a record. She aired out Kim.
I never looked me in my face.
Kim who? Kardashian?
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift aired out Kim Kardashian?
There's a whole record about
why
her.
Pull it up.
Why is she? Somebody just tell me why before you pull the record up.
I don't know. I didn't hear that one.
Well, because Kim, remember Kim leaked the call when Taylor was lying on Kanye?
Kim lost over 100,000 followers after this song came out. People don't play with Taylor.
She can afford to lose some followers.
No,
Wait,
I mean, but
Kim
it's just
lost followers because of Taylor Swift dissing her?
I get it. It's Taylor
Kim
Swift.
didn't even say shit. Like, how did she lose followers?
That's white motion right there.
How many followers did Kendrick lose?
He probably gained. No, you know what's funny?
Does he even have an
Watch
Instagram?
about the trigger ball.
Yeah.
All the
He doesn't know the
Kendrick,
password
the they thems on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, are Team Kendrick because he has a verse with Taylor. So all of Taylor's army is pro Kendrick, and they're now trying to like make solo cam, like direct to cam. Let me talk about it, rap beef, and defend Kendrick.
But didn't Drake do that commercial where he was dancing to Taylor Swift in the mirror?
Yeah.
With the same moves from the Chris
but
Brown video?
they like Kendrick
Yeah,
more.
but he don't have a bad blood verse.
That's true.
The fuck?
Well, no, I mean, listen, Taylor's allowed to reply on her time. Kim shot the first shot.
Yeah.
10 years later.
Taylor got her lick back?
Does Cole have to reply to Kanye?
Listen.
No.
Listen, what all Cole has to do is continue to ride his bike, be a hippie, and just enjoy life.
Kanye was allowed to take that shot. He was still mad at false prophets. It was just a bad shot.
Yeah.
The song's called Thank You All Me that allegedly is about Kim.
Oh, give us some bars. What does Rap Genius say?
No worrying mouth.
Mo, how was your 420?
It was great, man. Went to Washington Square Park with the rest of New York City, what it felt like out there.
Of course.
But you know, I went out there, I had to get my Mood in order.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my Kush disposable vape with me.
Okay.
Shout out to Mood. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, I like the Sleepy Time gummies. They definitely help me wind down at night and get some sleep. But bundled with the morning gummies is even better.
Yeah.
Because I can jumpstart my day. Had both of those on 420.
I love the Delta 9 morning gummies. It gives you that energetic, creative kick that you need in the morning.
No, it really helps. Browse by different moods and get 20% off your first order and a free THCA pre-roll with promo code RoryMall at hellomood.com.
Enjoy THC exactly how you want to with Mood. Get 20% off your first order plus a free THCA pre-roll at hellomood.com with promo code RoryMall. That's HelloMood.com, code RoryMall.
No worrying mouth.
NBA fans, listen up. You've got to try Pick Six, the newest fantasy app from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. It's playoff time
You gotta do is select the player. Select if you think it's gonna have more or less of a stat, more than 1 rebound or less than 1 rebound.
I suggest picking Jalen Brunson.
For whatever, all across the
GOAT Nick of all time.
Pick your favorite players and compete for huge cash prizes, of course, Rory. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now using code RoryMall and take on the competition with your best NBA player picks. Only on DraftKings Pick 6 with code RoryMall. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 plus in most eligible states. Age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Pick 6 is not available in all states, including but not limited to Connecticut and New York. For up-to-date list of states, visit dkng.co/pick6states. Void where prohibited. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos.
Did Rob break this one?
Oh, the way it's stylized spells out Kim with capitalized letters. Oh,
is that why everyone was saying look at the between letters on your keyboard
No,
trend?
people are just doing that for
that's dumb.
engagement baiting. Just
Okay.
ignore anybody with a blue check on Twitter. They're annoying.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
so they say this is her most like direct effort to talk about everything, and I'm not going to go through the lyrics, but
Oh, this is not her first time shooting at Kim.
no, they've had a.
You got
back
that
and
on.
forth.
Look what you made me do.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen.
everyone remembers that.
I'm not
That
I'm
missile.
not here to shit on Taylor.
Probably
I too like
That nuke-
some of
That
Taylor's
nuke
music.
shook the industry.
Probably like 20-time platinum record though.
Yeah. This is foul, and sorry, Taylor, but someone tweeted, Taylor Swift has 400 songs about men leaving her and 0 songs about sucking dick. You see where I'm going with this?
No, I have no idea where they're going.
She don't suck enough
She
dick.
gives TV trash head.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. That's what they're saying.
And Swifties,
Is that
I'll snitch. I'll tell you that. I didn't say that. I just read it.
That was Kim Kardashian right there?
Yeah.
I thought
Who
that
else
was
would that
Megan
be?
Fox.
No,
Everyone's
you mean the
getting
girl
so
from
much
Love Is
shit.
Blind?
No. The real Megan Fox.
Oh,
All right, so how does Kim reply? Is Kim on the clock?
Kim gonna drop a
Another
skip
insider.
line and not pay Taylor's ass no mind.
You got to ghostwrite that one.
I guess here are the lyrics. If you
And I
want
can't
to,
forgive the way you made me feel. Screamed, fuck you.
you skip the first bars.
Oh, I'm sorry. When I picture my hometown, there's a bronze spray tan statue of you and a plaque underneath it that threatens to push me down the stairs at our school,
What does that have to do with Kim Kardashian?
which many believe is a reference to Kardashian's famous tan.
You didn't even see the
That's
tan.
the biggest
What?
reach I've ever seen.
Nah,
That's
Rory,
what-
you thought that was her natural color. You fool.
You fool! Shut up, you
Wait,
fool.
listen.
Wait, they thought that was about Kim?
I'm sure there's more context to it, but I guess these are just.
Did it go over our heads? Are we not intelligent enough?
Nah, you didn't even know Kim Tan like that. You thought she was born that way.
No, all right. Are Kim and Taylor from the same hometown?
Nashville
No,
or Pennsylvania, wherever she's
No.
from.
You think Kim Kardashian's from Pennsylvania?
I don't know where Taylor Swift is from.
She's from Reading.
Pennsylvania.
Okay. So what's all this country shit?
She moved to
She's
Nashville.
from Philly.
I said that and y'all laughed at me. I'm like, wait, isn't she from? But she lived in Nashville.
All right.
so I
Has
get it.
Kim Kardashian threatened to push her down the steps?
I don't think so.
Wait, there's more lines too. The bridge. They're saying the bridge is about the feud
the
as
bridge
well.
is where it gets nasty. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see.
Oh, all right. So that was just setting the scene.
Nah, that was a warm up.
Gotcha.
And maybe you've reframed it.
Mm.
In your mind, you never beat my spirit black and blue. I don't think you've changed much. And so I changed your name and any real defining clues. And one day your kid come home singing a song that only us two is going to know is about you.
All
When
right, the last
Saint
one is
comes
Collab
through,
bar.
when Saint and North come through singing that new Taylor Swift, now what?
Nah, they team Ice Spice.
What are you gonna
Fuck,
do?
she did a song with Ice Spice. Oh shit.
Avengers. Look at Taylor.
Nah, Taylor might got bars. I take it back.
You might have to go back and look at that song she got with Ice Spice and see if there's some clues in there of her going at Kim.
Mm.
And we got to see the statue.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm about to go see all this shit. I'm such a Swiftie.
Swifties bombarded Kim Kardashian following the song's release. Ooh, look at them flooding her comments. King of Hot Topics. Look at it. He's on it early.
I just don't want y'all to ever look me in my face ever again and say that Taylor Swift is better than Beyonce. I just never.
Who said that?
Who in this
Who
room has
said
ever
that?
said that?
Oh,
Why are you looking at me?
don't worry, I'll pull the footage. When we were talking about biggest artists, I think we were talking
There
about
are
this.
two
on
different
Kevin's Drink.
conversations.
No.
Two different
you
conversations.
said the better artist. I think Maul said this. The better artist is going to be bigger. They're bigger because they're better. Technically, Taylor
Are you-
is better
are you-
than
Find the clip where
Beyonce.
Maul
Are
said
you
Taylor Swift
telling-
is better than Beyonce.
It was him.
You're fine.
I
Find
didn't
that
say
clip.
that.
Please find
I'll
that.
find
Taylor
it.
is a
Don't worry.
bigger artist.
Don't worry
That's
about
the
it.
if
I'll
that's
find
the
it.
argument, I still stand by that. She's about to do 2 million.
Don't worry about it. I'll find it.
I'm just saying for me. I don't know what Julian's talking about. Find
I didn't
me
say shit.
saying that Taylor Swift is a better
No, I'm
artist.
sorry. You said people could say that. I can't say that they're lying because she sells more.
Thank you. So you
Oh,
did
yeah,
say that.
to my people. I
They're
say
lying.
no,
me.
saying she's a
you can't
bigger
say they're
artist.
lying.
Yeah, you can say
No,
me.
not bigger. He said because she's bigger, people will say that she's better. I can't
Oh, yeah,
argue with
people-
that because she
people will
has the
say that.
numbers.
Yeah.
I'm
not,
arguing
that's
it.
not me saying it. You know, you said y'all told, saying y'all, meaning us three, said that she was a better artist or a bigger artist than Beyonce. I never said it. I'm speaking to her fan base of saying that would be their argument. That's all I'm saying. I don't agree with that. I clearly think Beyonce's the better artist, but I'm telling you, her fan base, I could see why they would say that. Because if she's doing $2 million in a week,
Why are you pointing at me? I never said Taylor's a better artist. I said she's the most successful artist.
You
That's
said
not
she
even,
was a better dancer. I remember.
that's a
Yeah,
fact.
now
I
that
mean,
you
look,
said that.
yeah,
You did say
obviously.
that.
And she's a better diss writer. Like, wait, no, there's more. Apparently she pieced her
you
up
said
this
she cooks
entire.
better than Beyonce. You said she dances better than Beyonce.
Yeah, she makes better macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, that's exactly.
She probably does cook
I mean,
better than
Hov
Beyonce.
said
I was
he
going to
cooks
say
better than
Beyonce
all
probably
of our
hasn't
aunts.
been
Beyonce
in a
can't cook.
kitchen.
Hov said he
Can't
cooks
cook
better
shit.
than all of our aunts.
Hov
Yeah.
cook what though?
Greens.
Oh, I thought he was talking about.
I know. I think he was trying to do an entendre, like cooking crack to get green.
Okay.
But either way, all the aunties of the world should be offended.
But yeah, check out this
Make
song.
hams better.
I'm curious if Kim will respond.
Man, Taylor shit not good, bro.
How would Kim reply? IG caption?
Yeah, the way Drake and Ross have been doing it for last week.
Drake rapped. Ross rapped. They're allowed to do IG shit.
Yo, look, fam, let me again. You cannot say anything when it comes to this rap beat. Don't say nothing. You just sit there and pull shit up on the screen. Don't say shit.
What?
Don't say anything.
You
all right?
clocked out.
Yeah, that's it. Your horse.
You guys left.
Your
What do you
horse is in
mean,
the stable.
you guy? Why is this
Your
like a you?
horse-
I'm a fan of hip
Your
hop.
horse is in the
I have a
stable.
new horse. His name's Drake.
No, your horse, Drake.
I'm been on Drake's side. I'm championing
No, he
Drake.
was riding Drake's dick way before you. Like he was.
Your horse
He
is in the
originated
stable.
riding Drake's
Your
dick.
horse is in the stable. You can't say.
But he switched teams
Great
when
song.
Cole found him funny. And he was shitting on Drake
How's
for a
that
while.
a switch? Why? We don't need to just have one loyalty. We can like multiple. You don't fuck one bitch. You fuck multiple bitches. Like we can like more than one person.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you can, but we know Cole is your guy.
I had a dream about Cole last night.
Yeah,
That's my guy. Look where Cole's at in her life.
Yeah, he's nowhere else.
Drink.
He's not
See,
rapping.
that was what. See,
He's not rapping.
Shoot him.
Where else will you see him at? Where else
That
would
was
you
a good
see him
comment.
at? Where else would you see this nigga at but in your dreams? He ain't rapping. He's not on tour.
I mean, at the top of the chart.
you don't see this nigga nowhere.
The charts.
The charts. Niggas love going to the Pop Top charts when they start.
You
Pop-Tart.
you love doing that.
How?
Because you're on Team Drake, and that's the easiest thing to say when you're Team Drake is look at his numbers. Of course he's better than everyone.
You do say that a lot.
You do say
He
that.
raps better than all of these dudes though.
Yeah, but you talk about the charts particularly.
Yoms, I think I'm the only objective person in this room.
Oh,
Oh.
please. Oh, get the fuck.
You can't wait for Kendrick to say something so you could come in here with your Mr. Morale and the big.
Wait, when have I been Team
And
Kendrick?
the
Size
little
8
steppers.
shoes on.
Well, the little
Whoa.
steppers
Yeah.
get your shoes.
You know we
feet,
record these. I've been the only one that's been objective and not move the goalpost. I put everyone to the same standard. When
No,
Drake
you
was on the
literally-
clock, I said, Drake, I don't give a fuck about your tour
And I
shit.
said y'all was
It's
crazy
time.
for
You
that.
Now
admitted-
Drake dropped
you
and he gets
admitted
grace.
to moving
Kendrick,
the
it's time.
goalpost last episode when you said when you were talking about the clock shit and you were talking some we said it was a battle before
That's
but
not moving.
now
That's
it's not
the
a battle
rules.
because Drake until Kendrick engages it's not a battle so I'm changing it. You admitted to that. You and Julian admitted to that and I stood on 10 toes and said no, that was a diss. The clock been started. They've been engaged. Like no.
I
You
said
changed
Drake.
that last episode.
Whoa, I said from the beginning, I've never changed. Drake was on the clock with that like that shit. We argued about him being on tour and I said he has recorded albums on tour. I don't want to hear that shit.
And then you came
Then he
back
came
and
back
said
3
the
weeks was
beef
cool.
didn't. You said I'm coming back now. The beef doesn't start until Kendrick engages. Did he or did he not
No,
say that?
because
Mo?
that nah,
Said
out of context because it was a new question of is it now 1-0? Do we compare push-ups
No.
to like that? And I said no.
We don't.
Now it's really on. If we look back on Ether versus Takeover,
We don't.
now it's push-ups versus whatever Kendrick is about to drop. That's what I said. It was recorded. You guys moved the goalpost. I've kept everyone on the same rules and same standards.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
It's okay.
And I agree with Rory that we don't score these two against each other. We score push-ups versus whatever Kendrick drops next. That's it.
I'm not moving.
What do
Nigga.
you
My horse going.
what do
But
you
I'm
Oh
gonna
well,
post it.
dude, what do I score, Jake?
What do you score?
We're not doing. Leave him out of it.
What do you score? All right.
Stop.
What's his score?
He's great.
He's great. What's his score? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's bigger than the
His,
game, Maul.
his score's peace of
that
mind.
nigga's in summer school, man.
Yeah, his score is a nice
score is his
sleep.
score. He dropped out of school, but his score is
That
his
nigga
score.
got to go to summer school, man. It's over. He failed.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He fucking failed. It's over.
How you lose before either of them replied.
It's the bro. I'm telling you, man.
How you go from undefeated to defeated?
Yeah. Before anybody even stepped in the gym.
Yes, well.
Craziness. All right. Well, we'll be back in a couple of days to talk to y'all. We'll see if Kendrick, he
You
won't.
okay?
So let's just stop. He won't respond.
He's not. Kendrick's not responding.
He's not
And I'm
gonna
over. At this point, I don't want to hear the shit. I'm over it.
Oh, see, there you go. There you go. See, it's starting. They don't even want
That
to
being said, if Kendrick doesn't reply, which he will, but if he doesn't, Maul, Drake wins. There you go.
You telling me that?
Drake already won. Drake already won.
Well,
To me, Drake already won.
I've said from the jump, Drake's going to win this whole shit. Playing with him is not fun.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
You was at,
it's all
you were
recorded.
in North Carolina.
What does that have to do with me?
You were in North Carolina.
First of all,
you were in North Carolina with your general and commander.
First of all, general and commander.
You were walking around the grounds like listed.
Yes. You was like listed. Who wants beef? Listed.
But even in this whole thing, Drake and Cole are on the same team.
Yeah. So
it's
he
not
said
even,
their team was gonna win.
I said their team. Cole, fine. Bye. Drake's still in the fight. He'll win. I don't think Kendrick's got it. I don't.
Nah, you don't think he's got it.
I hope Kendrick don't diss us.
Kendrick gonna need 14 alien voices to come back from this shit. He gonna need.
He's about to speak in Klingon.
Yeah, he gonna
that
need
shit
all
from
of that.
Star Trek.
He gonna need all of that.
What's that language in Avatar? He's gonna learn a bunch of new
Need
shit.
all of that. I just want to hear it though, because Kendrick, obviously, we know that. We don't have to say he's a great artist.
Great
rapper.
artist.
Will you listen with an open ear?
I always
No.
open ear.
No.
You're all types of shut.
Dick in his ear.
My ears are always open.
You got dick in your
Y'all
ear.
just mad. Y'all, you know why y'all are mad? Because everybody y'all thought was y'all horse in the race.
We're
failed.
so past the Cole thing. We're beyond
no, fucking
it.
Cole thing. Like, just period. Y'all came in. Yo, Drake is on the clock. Soon as that shit, run that episode.
So
back.
you're admitting how
You
objective
niggas
I
came
was
in
to
here-
this entire thing.
Okay.
Because now I'm yelling Kendrick's on the clock.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not. To what you're saying, true. I'm just saying that it's funny to see how it went from when Like That dropped and the energy that was in the room to where the energy is now.
Yeah, I was excited.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
but
was
that's how
so excited
that's
about
how
it.
beefs happen.
Niggas
That's
were
not
never
how beef-
anti-Drake, bro. Niggas were never
Who said
anti-Drake.
anti-Drake? I'm just saying y'all came in here and y'all wanted that man to engage in a beef while he was still on a tour.
Yeah, I'm a
And
rap fan.
Hold on. And I said, yo, he can't finish the tour first? Because when you get into a rap beef, you have to become a whole different person.
That nigga had a Newark show. He at the end, that was like his last show. He didn't have shit to do. He was fine. He had
And
time.
what came out a week later after his short tour was over?
I commend him.
Yes, he was still on the clock. You said give him 3 months. Niggas was not giving him 3 months.
3 months is a crazy
Period.
time.
No. Okay, so it looked like that's what Kendrick is about to do.
And he is going to look nuts
we
if he
have
does that shit.
continuous to say that he lost.
If we came in here and was
Listen,
like, nah,
man.
Kendrick can take his time, then we look like we're moving the goalposts and being biased.
The bottom line
We're saying
is-
the same thing.
What's y'all
Kendrick has to
generation?
reply.
Generation Z?
no, nigga,
No,
millennials.
You millennials, y'all new thing.
You're a
is-
millennial too.
What are you,
No,
a baby boomer?
No, he's not. Yo, he might be. He might be a millennial.
You millennials? Y'all
are a
think
millennial.
I'm a millennial too?
Yes.
How?
You're what, 81, 82?
81.
You are the first millennial.
Okay, so I'm the OG millennial.
You are.
So-
You started this shit.
So you little young punk millennials, y'all got this new thing that where it's facts, it's called dick riding.
That's true. My
That's
generation
that's
does
y'all
that.
thing. Y'all created that. If it's facts, it's dick riding, which is crazy to me. Like, I didn't know facts was like means you're riding dick. That's like some new shit.
Okay, back to showing how objective I am.
Oh,
I
Maul's
agree with
literally
you.
the cutoff.
First of all, you're talking about facts in a rap battle.
My
a rap
generation does
battle,
that.
your predictions of a rap battle can never beat facts.
What?
That's your opinion. If you think a song is good, that's your opinion. That's not a fact.
True. That's it's all
Yeah.
subjective.
So you talk about facts and dick riding. Nobody's talking about facts.
No, I'm talking about the facts of what's happening and what's going on. Is what I'm talking about.
But you're talking about facts that you were predicting, or you were saying before things ever happened. They weren't fact. A fact can't be a fact if it didn't happen yet. If a fact did not happen yet, it's not a fact. If a piece of history didn't happen yet, it's not
All right,
history.
I think we're arguing. two
Matter of
different
fact.
things. I think we're talking about two different things. What I'm saying is, if something is true
Mm-hmm.
and it's a fact,
True.
and you know that it's true and that it's a fact, people will call you a dick rider for saying that it's a fact. When they know that it's a fact. Y'all, the 30-year-olds started that. Y'all started that. That was never a thing. Facts was always facts. If it's a fact, you know what niggas say? Yo, you right.
Well, what fact did you say that niggas called you a dick rider for?
Anything I'm saying. Anything that I'm saying that's related to Drake, the record, him dropping the verse, him on tour. Anything I was saying, yo, he's on tour. Why y'all want him to respond right now? You riding dick. He's on tour. That's a fact. Right now. Y'all want him to respond right now?
And I replied.
I thought that was crazy. Nigga said I was riding dick. I'm like, He's not on tour? That was a fact. Then the dates was up. You could see he was on tour.
But I don't think that's where you got all the like cockriding allegations. I think the cockriding allegations came from when you started saying that Drake was the greatest rapper ever and the only person that was better at him than rapping was Jay-Z.
Am I wrong?
That's
your opinion.
But that's opinion. So that's why I say you can't bring fact into something.
One of your favorite rappers of all time, one of your favorite people, Kanye. He said the same thing. Is Kanye riding dick?
Do I ride Kanye's dick, Pause?
No, I'm saying Kanye said that Drake is the greatest rapper ever.
He's been accused of riding Drake's dick before the beef.
Okay. Well, shit, I didn't know that.
No, you are correct. My generation does that. If you say one bad thing about or just any type of criticism, you're hating. If you say one kind word, you're dick riding.
This is
that's you're right. That's our generation.
Y'all created that.
This reminds me of this. I think this summarizes this current conversation we're having.
That crossover was mean as hell.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
What? No, you right. I was dick riding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta calm down with that shit.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah.
That was an okay shot right there, though.
Oh my God, bro. Is dick riding all you do?
No, I'm
like
saying
you literally got that nigga dick in your mouth right now. I see it.
See,
I'm saying the shot was okay.
All right.
So that's been your comments for the last 2 weeks.
Where I get really offended with the dick riding stuff is we have a perfect example of that in an abundance right now with stan culture. We know what dick riding look like.
Yeah. So, all right. So to me, what dick riding
never had your dick rolled. You don't know what dick riding looks like? That's crazy. You should lose your virginity.
To me, what that means is
yeah. See, it didn't work.
I can say that if you're saying something and it's completely wrong.
Have you seen the Barbs? Have you seen even the Beehive? Every stan group is included in this. We know what dick riding looks like. So if I say I like a song, don't call me a dick rider. Because we know what a dick rider looks like.
If I say I like a bar, I like a battle, I think this guy's winning the battle, that's dick riding now?
Yeah.
No, but crazy. I think they might also be referring to is when the dish dropped, like, because the dish dropped and like you sat down and was doing that shoulder move.
But that was funny.
That I think that's what they was referring. I'm not referring to it.
They said you were bouncing on it when you were doing that.
Yeah.
Julian,
I'm saying what I heard.
I just think that it's just a generational thing. I think that's some shit that y'all made up to like hide y'all insecurities.
Your generation invented.
Y'all created
it's the most homophobic people.
Your generation invented the vernacular that we use in regards to that stuff. Like everything that is somewhat of an insult in regards to liking another man and their craft was from your generation with some homophobic gay slurs.
Yeah.
What?
We didn't get the term dick riding from we didn't make that up.
Yeah,
that's y'all homophobic shit that you taught to us.
True.
No, yeah,
you blessed us with dick riding.
We used it in the correct term. Y'all have made it your own thing.
So what's dick riding according to old people speak?
To old people speak?
What's dick riding according to the older generations? Like what would be dick riding to y'all?
If somebody is doing something wrong and you know it's wrong and you still jacking what they doing, like, nah, that's dope. Like, come on, my nigga. You know that's dick riding.
It's a loyal friend.
We do that all the
dick
time.
riding.
So if somebody has
I picked Demaris' heel up. She was wrong.
I fell. Like I couldn't.
I stood with her. I stood at her when she was wrong.
So when I was growing up, what I thought of, not what they call it now, what I thought of dick riding is not just being a fan of someone, but that person, like you said, that person can do no wrong and just like they have clout. So anything they do, you're just like hyping it up, and like it's a repetitive thing. It's like we get it, like that's your man's, or you okay, like but like you dick riding at this point. Not just like, oh, I like him or something like that, but it's like a repetitive thing. Like you got to keep reminding us that you like him.
Hence the riding.
To me, I don't. In this story, I don't see where I did any of that.
I'm not saying.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just laughing at the way that term has turned.
Well, I'm trying to think about it from the perspective of people that are consuming most of our content and where we're pulling from, which are Instagram and Twitter comments. In the clips we put out, there was like 3 or 4 clips in a row. Maybe not in a row, but like in a 2-week span.
We're talking about a battle?
Of us discussing the battle, but you overly defending Drake or
what did I defend him against? There's nothing to defend him against. He doesn't have an opponent.
Defend not supporting Drake. Let's say support, because I think it just comes down to you being supportive.
Talking about the record he put out? That's dick. Talking about the record he put out is dick riding. Y'all got it.
When you said he was the Lupe thing, that whole clip, there was multiple clips.
Because I'm dick riding because I don't think that Lupe raps better than Drake. I thought we just said it was subjective.
Well, I agree with you.
So which part?
I asked you the questions at the top of the episode. That's why I'm being quiet.
I'm just trying to figure out, because my thing is I'm trying to understand like what is the current thing now. That's all. So I'm just trying to understand. Oh, that's considered dick riding now. Oh, okay, got it.
Like I said in the beginning, it's the optics of that clip of me naming rappers, you admittedly having a relationship with Drake, and so it's the time that there's been no Kendrick reply, so all we've been able to do is talk about Drake. I'm not saying it's true. I'm telling you how someone could view it. That's all.
Yes, same. None of us are.
I don't think you're dick riding Drake at all.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about what this generation says. I'm just trying to figure out how y'all use terms and words. That's all.
We learned them from you.
Yeah, but we use them correctly. Y'all took them and made them.
All right, poetic justice. You know, we try to take the culture further.
Okay. All right.
New meanings to new words.
Either way,
entendre. I see.
You know. Anyways.
Yeah. Either way,
with that said.
With that being said, thank y'all for listening. NewRoryMall.com. Tickets available. Well, no, not yet.
Not yet. Soon.
Soon tickets will be available for shows. But merch is available. Subscribe to the Patreon, subscribe to the YouTube, and we'll talk to y'all soon. About 48 hours.
Yes, sir.
Another 48 hours. We'll talk to y'all. Be safe, be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just ginger. Peace.